Good morning. Welcome in. This update presented by Staples Stores. Padres get a 5-0 win over the Cubbies yesterday. Blake Snell, fantastic. 6-2 hit innings. Gary Sanchez hits another homer as a Padre. Dude's on fire somehow. Padres now host the Mariners for 2 games at Petco Park before getting back on the road this weekend. Over in the NFL, Colts cornerback Isaiah Rodgers, he got popped for gambling, placing around 100 bets all around $25 to $50, except for one which was low 4 figures. He did place bets on the Colts, so it's a bad one for the league, bad one for Rodgers. Sticking with the NFL, Buffalo Bills have now broken ground on their new stadium. The $1.5 billion stadium is set to open in time for the 2026 season. It's now across the street from their current Highmark Stadium. And in the Stanley Cup final, Vegas takes a 2-0 series lead over the Florida Panthers with a 7-2 win last night, Game 3 in Florida Thursday night. During Staples Small Business Deal Days, you save 50% when you buy any combination of 5 or more boxes, mailers, and shipping tubes. Offer ends July 1st. Exclusions do apply. Not valid in Cochrane, New Hampshire location. Prices may vary. Keep your business running right and save at Staples.
Woo! Good morning. Happy Tuesday to all of you who celebrate. We're celebrating alongside of you this morning. Boy, oh boy, this has been a mad dash to get to where we're at today. Holy smokes. Okay, so it is grilled cheese day on Next Level Fat Guy Stuff Tuesday.
Yes.
We have all from our corners of San Diego brought in grilled cheese pans. We brought in cheese graters and spatulas.
Which, hold on. Ben Fletcher threw out his grilled cheese recipe last night.
Yeah.
And I thought, wow, that's so much fancier than I had in my head.
Yeah.
And then you're grating cheese.
Yeah. But
That's just taking like a Kraft single and slapping it on some toast?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's what makes melty, gooey grilled cheese.
Well, here's my problem is I completely misjudged how much time it was going to take me to make shaved steak because I'm making a very special grilled cheese sandwich here coming up at 6:30. It has to happen at 6:30 because the meat has to stay hot. But oh my God. I mean, I'm browning onions and woke up at some part of the 4 o'clock hour. And she's just like, what the hell are you doing? And I was
for
just
the show. It's important.
Yeah, the doors are open in like the kitchen is just filled with smoke. She's just like, I don't get it. She was like, you're a sports talk radio show host. I was like, yeah, but it's Next Level Fat Guy Stuff Tuesday. And the guys, they're depending on me to make my cheesesteak grilled cheese sandwich. And if I don't deliver, the people need what the people want. And she was like, why are you doing this to me? And I'm like, I'm not doing it to you. I'm doing it for my friends at work.
I made soup last night. And while making soup, I was also making bacon. I was baking it in the oven. And then when we sat down to eat, everyone went, where's the bacon at? Oh, no.
That's not for you, idiots.
Not for you guys. Eat your porridge. Eat your porridge.
Both of your problems could have been solved so easily.
Well, how would you do?
You just make the grilled cheese sandwiches for dinner.
Oh,
yeah.
I did not do that.
That's exactly what I did. So Kendall and I both had the grilled cheese sandwiches last night.
Yeah, you had a really good idea. I cannot wait to unveil what we're all making for our grilled cheese sandwiches, although I may have tipped it off a little bit. This is going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot. Right. And also, we went searching this morning for our cooking table.
Yeah.
We can't find it.
Yeah. The cooking table's missing.
Yeah, you may have to take I'm not kidding, in segment, you may have to take a lap or one of us. We got to find this table.
Yeah, where where did somebody take our table?
I don't
We
know.
should probably keep it in here from now on.
Yeah. Honestly, we use it enough. There's a damn ladder over there. So we never use the ladder.
There's been a ladder here for months.
Yeah, but we definitely should bring that. We should trade the ladder for the table. That's where the table should live for now on.
Yeah.
Or
we
just
can't open the door though.
sit on the ground, crisscross applesauce for the cooking of today.
Well,
yeah,
I don't know if I
because
want to keep the
technically-
campfire stove on the ground though.
Oh, will it burn it?
I don't know how hot the bottom gets.
Mm.
Probably not hot.
Yeah, because think about that. Like even if you make what do you call it? Like you clear your space to make a fire safe area to cook with. This is a camp stove, so I'm sure.
Yeah, it's full on
You
camp.
don't want to have forest fires.
No logo behind us today because we were trying to make. Well, we did make.
What a
hard
disaster
wooden
of a
ball.
day this is. God.
Oh yeah.
It's
Well,
supposed
yeah.
to be monumental day in history for
it'll
Big
get
Rich, TD, and
settled
Fletch.
down.
And now I'm in a
Settled
bad mood.
Okay,
down.
hang on. We have so many news items. Some of them strange, some of them great, and some of them awful.
Dude, Apple's trying to ruin the world.
Apple's got Apple Vision. What do they call it? Vision Quest?
Vision Pro.
Apple Vision Pro.
Vision Pro.
I'm telling you that this is the first step to us becoming those people in Wall-E. You know that movie Wall-E?
Oh,
Adore. Yeah, that one.
This
When
is
all the people are on the spaceship just driving around in their little automated little chairs that move around.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
ready.
Fat.
It's Ready Player One.
Yeah, dude. We're
Ready
done.
Player One. But the problem is, it's $3,500.
We are all going to be within 5 years walking around in ski goggles.
Dude, I promise you,
100% of the time.
I don't care the price tag. Everyone's gonna have one.
$3,500.
Everyone's gonna have one.
like that. You outpriced me by about $3,400.
$400.
Yeah, but there's
Yeah.
there's gonna be a payment plan. You're gonna have to put it's probably gonna be $0 down, and you pay $20 a month for the next 10 years of your life, and
Yeah.
you're good to go.
I took out a loan on one of my kids. So
'Cause
we're gonna have a Vision Pro.
Dude, it looks incredible. Like,
I
did you
just
guys?
said-
I got
What-
one kidney now.
They're like, what can you use this collateral? I was like, well, Sebastian over
Yeah.
here. I mean, he's our second
Did you
favorite.
guys watch the
He's a hard
video of
worker.
what it's gonna be able to do?
Wait, yeah. I saw
That's a
the
trip.
I saw the preview or whatever they call it. Like when Tim Cook was walking around on that big screen, I was like, this is absolutely absurd. Like my eyes are gonna get tired from scrolling using my my retinas. Like, you know what I mean? Like already
You,
my
you can use your hands.
oh, you can?
Yeah, you can use your hands.
You're
Oh
gonna be
my
playing how
gosh.
many swipes to a butt in
Yeah.
like a full screen movie theater?
Like so. I mean, literally, you can get on an airplane and
doesn't sound
decide as you're sitting on the airplane, you go, you know what? I want to be sitting on a beach in Maui.
or on
and-
Mars watching a movie on a 1,000-foot screen.
Right,
See,
right.
Yeah, that's gonna be cool. I too have wanted to go to Mars. Actually,
And
Elon,
that's why we brought in Mad Honey today.
and so we're gonna be super high by the time Switchfoot shows up at 7:45.
That's a good point. They are coming in today. 7:45. We're talking about Bro-Am, which is a special thing iHeart's been involved with for years. Dan Zaborski joining the show, and
if we remember.
if we
Right.
remember to call him.
Right,
Well, this time Rich told us he was coming on the show.
Okay,
which is good.
That was my fault. There are so many things that I blame Ben for, and then I find out very quickly. I'm like, oh, actually, that was all my fault.
Yeah, who's the real fountain of misinformation?
Yeah, that
Orny.
was a my bad.
913 says VR is whack, which is so virtual reality and apparently what did they call it? Oh, augmented reality.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
calling two different things. Virtual reality is you're just in a fictitious space. Augmented reality is you live in the space that you're in, but there's things can come to life. You can bring a screen up. I can do things within it.
Like you can look around the room and be like, I wonder what that couch from IKEA will look like in the living room.
Right.
And then all of a sudden you blink twice and you have the
Right.
food torp is sitting right there.
Like my thought process immediately went to, okay, well, starting next year, we're
Porn.
going to be able to, first of all,
Yeah, dude. I mean, let's be very honest with each other. When the Vision Pro, when Tim Cook is out there, we're like, yeah. Can we get to the ski goggle porn? Is that a part of this presentation?
Does that have to be an app or?
Are we like Bang Bros gonna it's gonna be like, do I have to actually go to the site or are they gonna remember my presets?
what I was
I
going to
want
say.
it to be that every time I put them on.
Can you imagine if you put on your teenager's Vision Pro and you're like, Pornhub again? Why is everything so big?
Porn with Friends Wednesday is going to be replaced by Porn with Friends on Mars Wednesday.
Also, if you see a dude at work wearing his Vision Pro and even if you're having a conversation about the recent TPS reports, he's looking at porn.
1,000,000%. There's always a porn window open.
Just hovering somewhere in the room.
Oh my God.
It's just like, okay, this person's boring me. I'm going to replace them with Carmen Electra.
My actual brain after porn went to the fact that you're going to be able to literally sit on the top of the dugout at Petco Park and watch Fernando Tatis Jr. smash home runs in 2024.
And porn at the same time.
Yeah,
Right.
then
And
on
you
the
can-
other window.
Yeah, browser open. Just
Yeah.
don't forget about that browser.
But yes, that is true. And I mean, you can sit there and look around Petco Park like you're there.
That's cool. I will say this. The future does seem fun and it does seem great. And speaking of Petco Park, the Padres had a great one last night. Another shutout against the Cubs. Yeah, it's weird. It's like every other game, it's like, we're going to shut you out and shove it.
Yeah.
And then the other game's like, but the next one, we're going to let you pound us pretty bad. We're going to pretend like offense isn't a thing. And then guess what? We're going to shut you out again.
I'm actually going to pull it up right now because it's hilarious. If you look at the Padres' last like 10 games, they go from 1-9, 1-9, 6-1. Some like it's every other game they're scoring 1 run, 0 runs, or 9 runs.
That could have been, I mean, that was about 8 inches away from an 8-0 game.
Yeah.
I mean, that was very, very close. And they're
8
probably
inches is huge.
Oh my
Absolutely.
gosh! I mean,
way
it's
more than
unbelievable.
most people can handle. I would say.
Right.
That seems like a
so
lot.
it seems almost unheard of that could even happen.
Right. I would
But-
say that should keep that knife in the drawer. Yeah. Oof. What you were saying?
But there was also a couple other runs that probably should have come in the middle of the game. That should have been a 6-7-0 game. But here we are. I'll take 5.
And how
I'll
about
take
that
5.
ump helping out the Pods?
I
Huh?
like that,
Dude,
I like
Blake
that.
Snell was getting every call on the
Yes.
planet.
All right, Blue.
Yeah.
I think that ump like either had to
Blue,
poop
Good on,
or
Blue.
he had dinner reservations or something because
Yeah.
Blake Snell usually his games take forever.
Yeah.
Well, last night he was getting every corner, every 5 inches off the corner.
and 5 inches is plenty.
And you know what they say? That's actually way more than average. Some would say
Right.
way
The
more than
Cubs
average.
manager David Ross was finally because like there was one of his guy pitched a pitch that was like maybe an inch off the plate inside. I think it was Gary Sanchez was at the plate.
God, it's my guy.
And David Ross lost his mind because Blake Snell's getting these calls that are like 5 inches off. And Hendricks couldn't get one that was like maybe an inch off.
Like literally jumping up, taking his mask off, and like, can we have a conversation? Like the catcher is just like, do you see where the other pitcher where his balls are? I mean, it
was
feels
bad.
like are you like a
I don't
Padres
know.
fan? Do you live in San Diego?
Dude, he has dinner reservations at Morton's or something
Yeah,
last night.
That guy's going, he's like, gosh, I mean, I got a hot date in LA at 9:00 at Capitol Grill. I don't know if I'm gonna make it, but if we hustle this game along,
Oh, damn it. Blake Snell's on the mound.
Yeah.
Dude takes forever.
Get
Yeah.
this thing under 150.
So we have the future again, right? You know, the Padres' future is wavering.
Gary Sanchez is the future.
Gary Sanchez appears to be the future. Vision Pro is going to bring porn to every meeting, and but then there's there's
meeting. Everybody's got porn on their goggles.
there's no doubt in my mind. Like, I mean, the problem is going to be like, you remember back during the pandemic, like the New Yorker Jerry Tubin guy, Jeremy Tubin. Remember, he was the
name is familiar, but I can't remember.
I'll tell you why
what
it's
for.
familiar
Yeah.
because he was the editor at the New Yorker who got caught on a Zoom meeting just having at himself.
Yeah.
Guess what's gonna start happening with Vision Pro? Yeah. Get ready for that.
That's fine.
You know what? This Wednesday meeting sucks, so I'm
Yeah.
gonna bring down a different browser and I'm fired.
Hey, Richard, looks like you really like these spreadsheets.
I'm gonna be honest with you. This projected budget is top notch, boss.
This projected butt shit.
Yeah.
Before we get to the aliens,
Yeah.
which is huge.
Yeah, which I reached out to a lot of UFO people yesterday.
Don't we know one, don't we?
Well, yeah, I didn't reach out to that guy. I was trying to find out other people.
What's
Oh,
his
I
name?
like
His name
that
was
guy.
Jeff, right?
I mean, I can probably get a hold of him.
Just
again.
give him a
Dude, he'll
call.
come on this morning. He was great.
Yeah.
Listen to this call by Don Orsillo. Manny Machado's back. He went 3 for 4 last night, doing good stuff. but he made a play in the infield last night that was outrageous. I don't know if you guys saw it. It was one of those backhands going out of foul territory, jumps across, heaves the ball across the diamond. Don Orsillo, all-time call on this one.
The throw gets there in time. I'm Manny Machado, and you are out. What a play by Manny.
Rip it out.
Don Orsillo sounds like the workout partner everybody needs.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Can you imagine if that guy was just, I just picture him in like the gray sweatsuit, just sweat ring around the collar, just going, one more,
Manny Machado,
more.
and you are out.
Dude, that's amazing. Yeah, Cronenworth, by the way, with a great stretch on the other side of that play. But Manny Machado, the reason why that looked so incredible was because of how effortless all of that was. The ball was in
two
his right.
people in the planet can make that play, and not one person can make it look that easy.
No, well, yeah, that's right. It's just Manny. Manny makes it look like, but he's just, you know what? I think there's a certain, I don't give an F to the style of play. Like, don't really care if this gets there in time. I'm just going to make it look as smooth and cool as possible. And I know I have a flamethrower of an arm.
Yeah, what you don't see is that ball was going like 94 miles an hour.
Exactly.
To first base.
And he was falling backwards, throwing at 94 miles per hour.
About 8 feet past the foul line.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Like, and literally leaping off of his left leg and throwing with his right arm. It just, I don't get it, but
I hope
he's
to
incredible.
make my grilled cheese making look as easy as Manny Machado makes throws to first base.
Look, Manny,
it won't.
Yeah,
It won't.
no,
Never.
no,
Nothing I do in my life
be...
will ever look that easy.
Look at this. Look at this.
Oh yeah, no, I love it. Man,
absolutely sick.
But you're right. He does kind of have that I don't give an F attitude, or that almost that feeling out there on the field. But he needed a game like that. I mean, we were just talking about it yesterday. Of we need a leader, need someone to step up. We need to see Manny back, and that's the kind of game we need. Start stringing a few of those together, because right now, one in a row is pretty good.
Two more, it's a streak.
You got the Mariners coming in. Hopefully, that's a easy couple wins here. Turning this thing around.
I'm just gonna say for anybody who's been playing at home, the Mariners are all right.
Yeah, they are.
They're not a bad baseball team. They're about a 500 baseball team. They've got some good pitching, good young pitching. It's just, it never ends. Like, I want to get super excited about the Padres right now, but I can't.
Ready for this?
Right.
Okay, so going back to the Marlins series, which was the one before the Cubs. So this is 7 games in a row here. They beat the Marlins 9-4. They lose to the Marlins 2-1. They beat the Marlins 10-1. They lose to the Cubs 2-1. They beat the Cubs 6-0. They lose to the Cubs 7-1. They beat the Cubs 5-0. They play the Mariners today.
Sweet.
10-1 loss.
Oh no. Yeah, that's what's coming.
Is this a 3-game?
2 games.
Two gamer. It's just like a quick series before they hit the road and play the Rockies. Which I you know what, they have a day off right after the Mariners series.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sort of hoping, like, rolling off the momentum of this win. And oh, by the way, remind me, Blake Snell.
Fantastic.
Holy smokes. Let me pull up this graphic. I screenshotted it from Darnay Tripp, our buddy over at NBC7. Okay. So last night, he goes 6 innings, 0 earned runs, 8 strikeouts. His last outing against the Marlins, 6 innings, 0 earned runs, 7 strikeouts. His outing before that was 5 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 6 strikeouts. That means over the past, let's see, count it up, 12 plus 4, 16 innings pitched. He's given up 0 runs, and he's only given up 1 in the past 17 innings pitched.
Wow. I'm Blake Snell, and you're effing out.
Yeah, no doubt.
He's having an insane year. I mean, he's heating up at just the right time for the Padres. They just need to bring their bats with them, just not every other day, just like every day. That would be perfect.
Yeah.
This was fun, talking positive.
Yeah,
I like
it.
Good.
Yeah.
It was. We talked about, will the top 3 in the lineup go over again this season? I don't know when that was. A few weeks ago?
It was last week, I think.
No, dude, that was, oh, yeah. Because the first time we talked about it was near the beginning of the season.
Fair play.
Right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Pastrami sandwich.
Yeah. They did that. again.
No, Manny Machado had 3 hits last night.
He was batting.
I mean,
Fifth.
when we said top 3, we meant Tatis, Soto, Machado.
Top 3 of the lineup.
No, top 3 meaning the top 3 guys.
I like how the rules always change.
No, the
here
rule's
on
not
me.
changing. It was like the top 3 players on the team. It was how often would
Top
Tatis.
3 of the order is what my head was at.
That's not what the conversation was. Thanks for listening.
That was. You know what? I
Can't
could say the
believe it.
same
I'm
thing.
Manny Machado, and
You're
you are
effing
out.
out. You're effing out.
Oh God, Don Orsillo. I just want him spotting me on squats. You know what I mean? Just like, one more, Rich. One more. Just vein out of the forehead.
You ever see those videos on TikTok that are like, if you could add an F word into any G-rated movie, where would it be? Mine would be right there.
Right there.
You're effing out.
Yeah.
Dude, if Donnie was allowed to curse.
Oh, all you'd have to do is throw in a beep in between there. All right. Yeah. There we go. There we go.
Actually, yeah.
Stitch that in.
Ben's working on
Yeah.
it. In the meantime, we got to bring up this little article that came out last night. They're here.
Yeah.
They're here. They're with us.
So it appears.
So there are now U.S. intelligence officials talking about that they have aircraft in the United States
Correct.
of extraterrestrial origin, meaning not human built.
Now, yeah. Okay. So there were 4, they're calling them whistleblowers. They were former military individuals who are now obviously out. But they said, yeah, no, we've worked on these crafts before. We've tried to reverse engineer things. In fact, a lot of the products that you're using right now were reverse engineered from alien technology, such as what crashed out in Roswell and what we found out there. So now there's people asking, hey, can you actually show us what crashed in Roswell? Of course, what the story is, what the government has said is it was a weather balloon. We don't know the answer to that anymore.
Well, what is
Or
it?
do we?
Is it the microchip came out like a year after that crash or something?
The integrated circuit?
That's
Not even a year, about 4 months after that crash.
Listen to this. A former intelligence official turned whistleblower has given Congress, the intelligence community, Inspector General extensive classified information about deeply covert programs that he say possess retrieved, intact, and partially intact craft of non-human origin. The information, he says, has been illegally withheld from Congress, and he's filed a complaint alleging that he suffered illegal retaliation for his confidential disclosures reported here for the first time. Other intelligence officials, both active and retired, with knowledge of these programs through their work in various agencies, have independently provided similar collaborative information both on and off the record.
Just show them to us. I just want to see it. Like, screw it. It's 2023. We got Apple Vision Pro that's going to take over the world anyways. Just show us the aliens.
It says the government has been obtaining pieces of non-human origin vehicles for decades and have intact vehicles.
Yeah.
This is the first confirmation of its kind.
Partially intact vehicles.
No, they said partially
intact,
and fully.
intact and partially.
Yeah.
intact. Okay.
Yeah, like fully intact.
And
Like,
I'm saying it's not stopping at vehicles. They probably have weapons too.
well,
they
I mean,
probably have actual aliens.
yeah, what's
but-
driving them?
We
You
don't
know,
know
I
if
mean,
they have weapons.
I bet you that
maybe.
if they got vehicles, there was probably a gun in the,
What
in
if
the
they're-
glove compartment.
What if they're not aliens?
glove compartment.
And they're
what
and
if
they're
they
us
were
from
on
the future?
IG Live and John Morant was in the passenger seat? You ever think of that?
Wait, did you say what if they're us from the future?
That's a good point.
Like it could be us, multi millions of years ahead of time
Visiting
we've-
us.
and,
After
and,
we left the planet because we killed Earth?
well, yeah, or maybe they look a certain way because there was some experiment that went wrong, or maybe there was some nuclear fallout that has caused our DNA to change in some manner, and now they have to come back to this time to either document what's happening, or harvest DNA to create a new human race to build these ships, because obviously you can't build them with those 3 long fingers.
You've thought very logically about this.
Yeah,
I'm thinking it's ET.
It could be that.
It could be that
or
too.
It could be that. Like think about gardening. Like I love planting tomatoes in the summer.
Mhm,
Me and Annie really enjoy that. Like, imagine if you were an alien species and you planted life on Earth. You want to come back and visit what you've planted.
I'm a
that's
tomato.
true. That could be
You know
that.
what I
It could be
mean?
that too.
And
Could be that
occasionally
too, yeah.
you got to prune.
We're
occasionally.
essentially
Oh,
we're just a farm.
God.
We're just a farm.
Pruning means death.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And look, I mean, people get abducted and probed. I mean,
Yep.
think about what we do to cherry tomatoes for crying out
Yeah,
loud.
no
We
kidding.
eat
No
'em.
kidding.
No.
We gotta take a break.
Wait,
We're up
here we
against
go.
the clock.
Oh, yeah,
John
yeah.
Orsillo.
I'm Manny Machado, and you are out.
Yeah. All right. My grilled cheese sandwich is coming up next. A classic Philadelphia favorite turned into a grilled cheese next.
This update is presented by Mercedes-Benz. We're going to start here with the Padres. They get a 5-0 win over the Cubbies yesterday. Blake Snell, fantastic. Even with a little help from the ump, 6-2 hit innings. Gary Sanchez hits another homer. Padres now host the Mariners for 2 games at Petco before getting back on the road this weekend in Colorado. Over in the NFL, Colts cornerback Isaiah Rodgers, he gets popped for gambling, placing about 100 bets, all around 25 to $50, except for one, which was low 4 figures. He did place bets on the Colts, so that's a big one for him and the Colts and the NFL. In the Stanley Cup final, Vegas takes a 2-0 series lead over the Florida Panthers with a 7-2 win last night, Game 3 in Florida Thursday night. Stunning design, unmatched intelligence, and a compact, ready-for-anything build. Sometimes exceptional is the rule. The Mercedes-Benz GLA, a member of the unrivaled SUV family. Learn more at MBUSA. Hopefully, Richie is ready for some grilled cheeses.
Oh, he ready. Yes, Big Rich CD and Fletch here. San Diego Sports 760 on a next level fat guy stuff Tuesday. Grilled cheese edition. Coming up a little later in the show, better than grilled cheese. We're talking big cheeses, chicken, waffles, and sliders. Mouthwatering meals made from quality ingredients and lightning fast service. We're going to be giving away a gift card to that a little bit later, so just keep listening up. Meanwhile, Richie, we got the table back in studio.
We do.
Yep. Hang on. Me.
Let's see. Does it testing?
Are we good?
Hang on.
Maybe we're not plugged in. Hold on. Keep going. Talk to me.
Check.
Oh, hey, look at that. We did it.
Am I
We
hot?
did it.
I feel hot in my own ears.
I was confused.
Okay,
I don't know what was happening.
I was more
Wow.
confused. I thought it was that one. It was this one.
Oh, wrong
Put
mic.
the rim.
Wrong mic. Yes.
Checkings and savings.
Switching on the mic.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, Richie, we got this.
Savings. Just the wrong account. Debit versus credit. A lot of ins and outs.
Yeah. So Rich now on the headset, sitting at the Next Level Fat Guy Stuff Tuesday and bar cart table.
Yeah.
With the cheese grater grating cheese here.
Yeah, we have a fine Colby Jack, a brick of Colby Jack
Good.
right here.
Good.
And I brought in, okay, so I don't know how you guys do grilled cheese sandwiches. I feel like there's only one way to do the grilling of the bread,
Okay.
and it's with butter, right?
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Everybody learned that the right way because I saw one time somebody do mayonnaise on the outside of the bread.
Oh, I can
What?
get down with that.
I've never had it before.
Mayonnaise on the
it works.
outside of the
Does
bread?
it work?
I've done it before, yeah.
Does it really?
I'm not doing it today, but it does work.
Well,
By
you're
the
a
way, if you would
mayonnaise
like to
guy.
see the festivities, we are streaming on YouTube right now at Big Rich TD Fletch on YouTube.
Now, Rich, have you made this sandwich before?
This is the first time.
Okay. So
Now-
this is this was concocted in your head, and you thought I could probably make that work.
Yeah, and I've made a Philly cheesesteak before, but that's exactly what we're doing here. So this morning, I woke up at the crack of dawn to start shaving frozen meat so that I can make some chopped cheesesteak meat, and
Okay.
then I browned some peppers and some onions
That looks
together.
good. I mean, you could just throw cheese right on top of that right there.
I mean, that'd be
and just-
all right.
I mean,
then we'd be
Come on,
rocking and
come on,
rolling.
come on.
I
now.
think we'd be okay.
Come
I think
on.
we'd be okay. Okay,
Okay.
yeah. So basically, what's going to happen is we're going to put some butter on these white bread slices, little cheese, and then the cheesesteak, peppers, onions. We're going to have ourselves a cheesesteak grilled cheese.
Nice.
That's
Yeah.
what's
That's. I mean, that's genius.
First, No, I'm kidding.
Take a bite right out of the butter because it's real butter.
All right, here we go.
So on the Next Level Fat Guy Stuff Tuesday, when we decided, hey, we should do grilled cheese, we also decided, I guess we'll all make our own, see how it goes. So you're going a slab of butter on each side of the bread.
Correctamundo.
Okay, all right.
Slab of butter because I want it to get real brown and I want
Yeah.
that cheese to get real melty.
Yeah.
right, here we go.
Got that.
We're going on
Got
to
that.
the grill top.
Okay, boom. They're on the grill top. Okay, and bang. We got 4 pieces of bread now.
Here comes the cheese, boys.
Ooh.
We're
So
rocking
and they're
rolling.
sliding around there. They're ice skating on that pad of butter.
Oh yeah.
And Rich being very generous with heaps of cheese here.
Here comes the meats.
Okay, yeah, there's the meats.
Oh,
Wow.
the
He has
meats.
the meats.
I certainly do. All
I
right. now,
gotta tell you, just open face, this looks real good.
it doesn't look bad.
Real good.
Oh, I went
Okay,
a little light
now-
on the meats on that
Now,
one.
now here come peppers and onions.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's next on the list.
Okay.
And I
We're
figured,
using tongs here.
yes.
yeah.
finger tongues. This show is so gross.
Yeah,
The
it's so
things that we
great.
do, we just
That-
share the Mount Crushmore of beers funnel.
fine.
Flabango just gets passed around.
Are you making 4 sandwiches or 2 sandwiches here?
I'm making 2 sandwiches. I'm going to cut them
Okay.
up for us.
Okay.
Oh, speaking of which, do you have a spatula? Oh, yeah. Of course you do.
I got a
Does
spatula.
Travis have a spatula?
Did you need a knife?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That knife, this
Dude,
is
Travis has
incredible.
a spatula in his glove compartment like the aliens have their radar guns.
Yeah, I keep all that under my seat.
Dude, how chilling was that read last night? I hadn't seen it before. Both of you had, but Ben sent that article about the aliens.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I'm like legitimately
Excited to meet one?
yeah, like it's kind of, it feels a little bit like the first day of school a little bit.
I would
My
like.
whole thing is, why don't they just put it out there for us?
I don't know.
Like,
Mass
we're people on
hysteria.
this planet.
Wait, do you mean like the government?
Yes.
Like
Like, what gives them the right to keep this from us?
Can we update this that Rich has just flipped the sandwich, one side of the sandwich on top of the other side of the sandwich. So now no longer open face. It is a full Sammy at this point.
Yeah, now we're going full
Yeah.
grilled cheese.
Wow.
mode.
We got to catch up on some of these comments. Our buddy Carlos, good morning from Mexico. Good morning, Carlos.
Wow.
Thanks for
What's up,
jumping
man?
on.
Hey.
Jason, mayonnaise works because it has
Oh my
oil,
gosh.
which gets that crispiness, but doesn't burn like butter if your cooking surface is too hot.
Oh, God.
Now, that's something I learned last night.
Interesting.
You don't want it to be like full blast on the burner because you want the cheese to melt, but the bread not to burn.
Ooh. Wait,
So
hold
it's-
on here.
You got to go kind of medium. Joe Moon, good
Yeah.
morning, my guys. Getting
Yeah,
my
yeah.
belly grilled cheese sandwich.
Yeah, no doubt. And it smells delicious in here right now.
Yeah.
The 913 said, Travis, add the secret ingredient of chili to the grilled cheese. That actually be kind of good. What if you made the grilled cheese and you had one of those Uncrustable makers and you could
Ooh.
pinch the side? You could make like hot pocket grilled cheese.
Yeah, and it will vent through the bread like it won't.
Hold on.
Dude, you invented something just now.
What if you took like you were making French toast? You dip the bread, okay? You
in like
you dip it
like
like
an egg
in
batter.
an egg batter.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
would you
Egg
add
batter
cinnamon
and,
or
egg batter and cinnamon?
You still want the sweet.
No, I want the check this out. It's just French toast, egg batter, cinnamon. You're dipping it, okay?
dipping it.
Okay, you lay one down. You throw like I don't know some syrup and like cream cheese frosting in the middle. Slap the other half together. Use the Uncrustable to pinch the sides, and then grilled cheese that.
That's next level.
I mean,
That's
Can we
next
do that
level fat
next
guy
week?
stuff.
We make what do we call that?
I don't know.
French toast pockets.
French toast pockets.
Hot
I feel like
pocket.
those look delicious. By the way,
I am
Grill it.
so
mean,
excited. I
I'm-
did not know if this was going to come out okay.
The camp stove may be our best purchase.
This is incredible. Do you realize that I picked this thing up for like $30 at Dick's?
What is going on?
I mean, where have you been our whole life?
Wow.
I mean, I'm sweating like a pig right now, but my goodness, it gets a little warm in front of the camp stove.
it does get warm from the camp stove. It also, for some reason, gets a little warm when you're on the, and no pun intended, hot seat of the cooking table for some reason.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Nice brown on that side there. We're doing a flip. The cheese already melty and getting stringy around the edges.
This is my
Oh,
favorite
wow.
day.
Wow.
Grilled cheese day is a good day,
Grilled
boys.
cheese day is a good day. Wow, just unbelievable. Also good day.
Trav, you
Whether
better
we're
buy
talking-
the patent for your idea. There's going to be people that try to steal that.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. That is one of the coolest things anybody's ever said to me in my life.
And then we should open up a food truck and sell exclusively those.
Yeah, but the food truck needs to drive around neighborhoods with a song playing,
Yeah,
like
Yeah.
the Ice Cream Man.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We'll also write a song for our
No, we
sandwich.
should just play the dueling banjo song from that one movie.
What,
What's that movie called?
Deliverance?
Deliverance.
I don't think that was a good. I don't think that's good at all.
Was it a-
Squeal like a piggy boy. Whee!
Yeah, that was a terrible outcome
Yeah,
for
yeah,
that
yeah,
gentleman in the
yeah.
mountains
But
of
it's a great song.
the Ozarks, or
It
where was it? Ozarks or Appalachian chain? South there in West
Yeah,
Virginia.
yeah, that's correct.
Oh my God.
That is correct.
Okay.
Okay, so what you're just
Yeah.
looking for full brown now to
Okay,
cut these
because
things up.
We're golden boys.
We did this with pancakes. Let's do this with grilled cheese sandwiches.
Uh-huh.
Best Padre grilled cheese maker.
Ooh,
Best Padre grilled cheese maker. Oh, I just burned the living dog out of my hand. I would say Bob Melvin.
Wow, he's your guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bo
No,
Mel.
he said Manny Machado for pancakes because he said he probably has the outdoor cooktop.
Oh,
yeah.
I was thinking island. He went Bowmel on the island,
Right.
Oh,
Because
yeah,
he
yeah.
thinks he
Yeah,
could
yeah.
physically dominate it.
Yeah. If one of us has to go, it's going to be Bo Mel, and I'm going to eat him. On a desert island.
I feel like if you're on a desert island with Bowmel, he becomes like the leader, and all of a sudden you're the guy building everything, and he lives in a hut, and you live in a tent outside the hut.
Yeah, just like, when can I come inside, Bo Mel?
So for
you can't.
pancakes, I went Nelson Cruz because Family Guy he was the
Okay.
manager of
Okay.
the World Baseball Classic team.
Okay.
For this grilled cheese sandwiches, I'm going Jake Cronenworth. The reason being he attended
Ooh.
college in Michigan. Michigan
Oh,
likes
wow.
cheese.
Oh, no,
Well, Wisconsin likes cheese.
Right. So does Michigan, though.
Michigan likes cheese.
Maybe I am thinking of Wisconsin.
Michigan. Oh, look at this thing.
You're right. Wisconsin's the cheese curds and
Oh, wow,
everything.
it
huh?
smells delicious. Oh, what are we pouring on it right now? A little BBQ sauce. Oh, wow.
What is
No,
Michigan
no.
known for? Lakes? Is that it?
Yeah, I think Michigan. Well, Michigan, there's a giant lake against it. I think Wisconsin is also.
Is
lakes.
that the land of the thousand lakes? Which one's that? Am I just thinking Michigan is Wisconsin and Wisconsin is Michigan?
Yeah, I believe so. I think Michigan may be known for dairy. I don't know.
Michigan's known for dairy? That's good. Jesus, dairy.
Okay. All right. Good. All right. Then go with that. Definitely. Man, who would I choose? Shoot. Best grilled cheese. You know, Fernando probably has some crazy grilled cheese recipe, and it's going to be spicy. And you're going to go, how did you come up with this thing? This is fantastic.
Trav, hold that up in front of the camera.
Yeah. I'm going to get this piece right here because there's a lot going on.
Right,
Look at that thing. Look at that.
So it's a cheesesteak,
yeah.
grilled cheese on white bread.
Yeah.
All it is white bread, Colby Jack, little shaved beef.
Oh,
Got your onions, your peppers.
look at this. Look at this little piece of burnt cheese, buttery
Aren't
cheese.
those the best?
Mm,
All right, here
no.
we go. Let's give it a bite.
mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna move my mic.
Richard.
Oh my God.
Whoa.
You did it, dude. You did it.
Whoa.
Why is grilled cheese any other way?
Whoa.
I'm having like a religious experience over here.
We may need to just stop at
I think
this
I just
one.
talked to God.
Oh my God.
Why is that so good?
Why did we do this one first? We should have done mine first.
The meat had to stay warm.
Oh.
I cooked it at the house and brought it in.
Mm.
Oh wow.
I can't stop eating this. It's delicious.
Dude, the crispiness of the bread, you absolutely nailed. The cheese is super melty and perfect. The bell peppers were cooked perfectly.
All right.
Dude.
This is a 10.
Yeah.
I'll say this. I thought
That's an 11.
I thought honestly that I was going to come in a distant last place.
Oh.
So that's the other reason why I come up and do it first. This is good. This is a very tasty sandwich. Will smash again.
And I like it's very different from the one I'm gonna make.
Yeah.
I don't know about Travis's, but this is very different from the one I'm
Yours
making.
is fancy.
Mine is it's bougie.
Yeah, mine's not, but mine is the opposite of bougie. I mean, completely opposite.
Mm-hmm.
So
Would Switchfoot like mine or yours better?
I don't know.
Mine will definitely be last place, without a doubt. Mine is like, oh, it's 3 a.m. Should we make a grilled cheese sandwich?
Which, by the way, is like my favorite type of grilled cheese sandwich.
So
I'm not even kidding. That statement, grilled cheese sandwiches, when you remember they exist and you get home drunk from like a bar or a night out with the boys, or like even with if you go out drinking with the wife, and she's like, oh my God, I want to go line dancing your salsa dance class. You're like, come on, really? And then it turns into a bar night. You're like, all right, side one on a little bit. When you walk through the door, you're like, grilled cheese sounds really good right now. And she's on board.
yeah,
Like those are good nights.
those are good nights.
Okay.
Hey, look, you guys are betting men, right?
Yeah.
You may want to put some money on the Heat. It's a shoe win. We'll explain. Coming up next, Big Rich, TD, and Fletch.
Wow. Hey, it's Rich here for the Good Feet Store. Look, if you have any sort of pain, right, in the load-bearing joints, right, your knees, your feet, your ankles, your lower back, your hips, I want you to get to a Good Feet Store just like I did. So they have these arch supports. They can alleviate your pain. They can improve your balance. So if you're a person who's a little clumsy, trips, and you're worried about it, maybe you're getting up there in age, these arch supports are precision fit to your footwear, your personal needs, your lifestyle, your profession. The Good Feet Arch Supports, they work for you. And you can leave with them that very same day. So they have 200 locations around the U.S. and overseas. They've been doing this for 30 years. You got to trust the experts, my friends over at the Good Feet Store. Head to goodfeet.com to book your appointment today.
Turns out Taylor Swift may be running the NBA. We'll explain coming up next. Big Rich, CD, and Fletch here on a Next Level Fat Guy Stuff Tuesday. Rich just got done making cheesesteak grilled cheese sandwiches, and I'm not gonna lie, I completely smashed that thing. I mean, it's done for. That is a hell of a way to start out here on a Next Level Fat Guy Stuff Tuesday. Gotta say. Meanwhile, NBA finals are happening. It's all tied up there. 1-1. Game 3 tomorrow night. The Heat came back in a big way on game 2 that I think shocked a lot of people. Well, apparently, I don't know if you heard this at all. Taylor Swift, there's a curse on the NBA.
I saw this. It seems like everywhere she goes, 3 days later, that planet dies.
Yeah.
Much like in Fantastic Four with the Silver Surfer.
That's correct. That's correct. And in fact, she's going to be playing in Denver here pretty soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it happened in Boston.
Yep.
It happened in New York.
Yep.
Did it happen in Philly?
Yeah, it happened in Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Yeah, it was Atlanta, New York, Boston, and then she skipped Miami and is going to Denver. So
And
it's
so far, everywhere she's played, if that team is also in the NBA playoffs, they've been knocked out in the same round as the week that she played there.
Yes. Yeah. So the Philadelphia 76ers, the New York Knicks. Oh, the Golden State Warriors. She played up in Sacramento. So the curse, there was more than that.
Well, Sacramento wouldn't be Golden State; that'd be the Kings, who
Uh,
also got knocked out.
well, let me see. I thought it was that area, but hang on.
I mean, they're all technically
no,
Bay Area.
sorry, Santa Clara.
That's literally where the Niners play, which is a maybe 45-minute drive to where Chase Center is.
So it's the Taylor Swift curse. So the Nuggets are next. Let me see when she plays in Denver here.
Oh no!
Oh, it's not until July.
Taylor
Wow.
Swift
Oh.
is dooming sports franchises.
Yeah,
She's
everywhere
also
she
single
plays.
again.
Yeah, she is single again. She just broke up on her rebound tour with whoever the dude was, Matt Healy, I think.
I don't know. And
Something,
now
something like that. I don't know who he was.
Shakira, who is Jimmy Butler, is courting her. She is courting an F1 driver. Something Lewis.
Yeah. Well, she was seen with the F1 driver, and then Tom Cruise said, "Hey, I've been watching a lot of tape on Shakira. Very interested. Like to set up a meeting. Don't know if that meeting ever happened, but then Jimmy Butler wanted to date Shakira, and then now she, I think actually she was seen. Was she seen with Leonardo DiCaprio?
No, this past weekend she was at the F1 races.
Oh, it was Tom Brady. There was a Tom Brady rumor?
No. It was it Shakira? Oh, it was.
Yeah,
We're
there was
mad
a
at
Tom,
this.
it was a
Reality
Tom Brady
TV.
rumor because they have a house on the same
That's
street
right.
and they were hanging out. And then now she is back hanging out with the F1 driver on a yacht in Miami.
Oh no, you're conflating the Kim K Tom Brady thing.
you
with
are.
the
I
Shakira.
forgot Kim K existed. I'm sorry,
Kim Kardashian and Tom Brady.
Shakira is way hotter than Kim Kardashian.
I mean, let me think about
hold
that.
on.
Hang on. Kim is. I mean, she's a much younger woman. She's got a. I mean, if we're comparing butts,
Yeah, but Kim's is fake.
That's a lot.
Shakira's butt is fantastic.
it's a great butt.
And Kim K's is completely fake.
Right, which I'm out on.
I mean,
You're
are
out on
we?
fake
I mean,
butts?
if you
Wait, when
touch
did we-
it, it's real, guys.
When do we make that determination?
I mean, it's still there. I mean, I know it's not necessarily what God gave her, but has that ever stopped us before?
How old's Kim Kardashian?
I mean,
42.
30? Oh, she 42 already?
Yeah, 42.
Shakira 50.
Tell you what.
No, Shakira's like 46, I think.
Tell you what, I'm on the wrong side of 35 and I look like I'm 57.
Shakira's 46.
Yeah.
I feel like I looked that up.
My
last
brother
week.
would like to know if we could DM Taylor Swift on his behalf.
We should, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
we
yeah.
should
Well,
call
yeah,
her.
we
We
could
should
do
do
that.
that.
Yeah,
Honestly,
that's
that's
fine.
no problem. We could
Um,
handle that.
Do I just? I mean, I'm saying hi. I'm Alex, or am I saying
Hi,
Hi.
I'm Travis Dale
Okay.
of the world famous TikTok account Big Rich TD Fletch.
Oh, yeah.
One of
You
our
know us
brothers,
from our radio
Yeah.
show.
really our
Yeah.
show brother. We've kind of adopted him.
Yeah,
is
yeah.
a handsome guy. His life's a little bit of a mess, but that's okay.
And I'll tell you what,
No.
Alex is a master swordsman. I've
Yeah.
watched him work. I mean, that guy, parry, thrust. Yeah, no problem.
Here's what we would say if you just get him in the
I
room.
watched him work.
Hope you have it.
Yes, I have.
Yeah, it happened. Okay, it happened. Look, good God.
Anywho,
Yeah. Anywho,
Listen,
Taylor
that-
Swift. I don't know if that would be a good one to date.
Yeah,
yeah, she's just gonna end up making an album about you.
Yeah, she'll write a song about him.
I think honestly that would be a huge mistake. But Shakira, Kim K, I'm all about it. Like if we can slide into those DMs on Alex's,
I'm out on Kim K.
Why?
How
I
do you
just
not
don't
like
get
Kim
it.
Kardashian?
Everybody likes.
Yeah, everybody loves Kim Kardashian. What's the one who's dating Travis or no, married to Travis Barker?
Oh, that's
Chloe?
Courtney.
Courtney's the best looking one.
Dude, she's my favorite.
But if
Yeah.
we're going off of looks in that family, it's Kendall Jenner.
I'm not in.
So
I'm
we're
not
saying
there.
the
I'm
Heat are
not
going to
there.
win?
Yeah, the Heat are going to win according to the Taylor Swift curse. But you
There
know
you
what?
have
I
it.
question that she doesn't go to Denver until July.
Yeah.
All these other places she stopped in the same time they were playing. I don't know if the curse is going to make it through Denver here. So
coming up next on Big Rich, TD, and Fletch, we got to get to the NFL. Why is everybody in trouble for betting on the NFL? We discuss. That's next. Big Rich, TD, Fletch.
Hour number 2, Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. This update presented by Mercedes-Benz. Padres get a 5-0 win over the Cubbies yesterday. Blake Snell, fantastic 6-2 hit innings. Gary Sanchez hit another homer as a Padre, his third in a uniform of the Friars. Padres now host the Mariners for 2 games at Petco Park before getting back on the road this weekend. In the NFL.
Choose to live.
I know.
Choose to live.
I think I still have Rich's grilled cheese in my throat.
You're choking up.
Take a sip of that
brie.
Take a sip of that Bang energy. Hang on a second. Yeah, let Ben reset.
There we go.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Woo.
In the NFL, Colts cornerback Isaiah Rodgers got popped for gambling. He placed around 100 bets, all around $25 to $50, except for one, which was low 4 figures. He did place bets on the Colts, so bad one for the league, bad one for Rodgers. Intelligence runs in the family. Innovation runs in the family. Extraordinary runs in the family. The Mercedes-Benz range of SUVs. Every member waiting to impress. Learn more at MBUSA.com. That is MBUSA.com.
Yeah.
Ooh. Woo! Happy Tuesday to those who celebrate. Big Rich, TD, and Fletch with you this fine morning. And as we do on every Tuesday, it's the Next Level Fat Guy Stuff Tuesday. And this has just gotten, what do you got? What's going on?
I just realized it was June 6th. It's D-Day.
Oh, it is D-Day. Yeah.
June 6th, 1944. Ben Fletcher, what happened?
Day that will live. Is it the 6th or is it the 7th?
It's the 6th.
It is the 6th. Okay.
December 7th is Pearl Harbor Day.
Oh, December 7th.
You want to click that little red button right there. There we go. Okay.
You guys hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah.
I can hear you loud and clear.
Was D-Day, is that Normandy?
That is, yeah.
Yeah.
That is.
Oh yeah, that's right. I always confused. I was about to do the FDR, the day that will live in infamy.
That's right.
But yeah, I of course am confusing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm confusing 2 dates.
Yeah.
One.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Well, I mean, it's the same event, I guess, in total. What you doing with the headset there, buddy?
No, he's working on
I had
himself.
to clear my throat a little bit.
Oh, gotcha.
All right. So Next Level Fat Guy Stuff Tuesday. And yeah, by the way, just because we just passed Memorial Day, you mentioned it's D-Day remembrance. Thank you to all of our troops. I mean, we broadcast every day here from San Diego. Obviously, this is a military town. Pendleton's just up the way. We have Coronado with the Navy SEALs. We have Army, Air Force, Marines, Navy. Everybody's here. And we just appreciate the heck out of you guys. And hopefully one day we can throw a grilled cheese event for the military. That would be the goal.
That would be so cool.
We could probably get hooked up with Sandy Lemcooler, all the people over there at the Warrior Foundation Freedom Station.
Dude.
Do a little grilled cheeser out front of one of the Freedom Stations.
Get one of those big flat top Blackstone grills.
Yeah, baby.
Just grilled cheese it.
Oh my God. That'll be the sweatiest show we've ever done.
I'm sweating right now.
Well, you were sweating before you got.
Do you know how to start up the camper range?
Nope.
All right, so
I'll figure it out.
You just crack it open.
Yeah,
hold the lighter to it.
Yeah, that's all. The pan's cool now, so you can pick that up pretty easily, and then you just. So, anyways, today on Next Level Fat Guy Stuff Tuesday, if you haven't figured it out already, it's grilled cheese day.
Go with the lighter.
Yeah, there
first,
you go.
Or
Yeah,
not.
there he goes. I'll give it a little poof.
There we go. Oh, you're in. Okay,
Wow.
great. You
Dude,
did it. You did it. You
like
done
you've
did
done
it.
that before.
How come?
You
Turned
turned
it
it
off.
right.
Okay,
Turned
well,
you
no, it's
immediately
done. You
turned off
need
the
to light
burner.
it back in. How does the camp stove hold every pan perfectly?
I don't know. They
Yeah.
figured it out. My stove at home doesn't. I have like those little sauce pots that literally fall between the grates.
Yeah, I got one of those too.
And I can't do anything with it. I mean, might
not
as
the
well throw it away.
campfires, not the campfire stove.
Mine is going to take a couple seconds here. Do you want to talk maybe some sports before?
We'll get to that.
I know,
we'll
but
get-
so
there's
what
all
I'm
that,
doing
but-
today for you guys is actually a brie fig prosciutto grilled cheese sandwich.
Brie fig
Wow.
prosciutto, dude.
Wow.
You
I mean,
have
this
just
is
classes join
fancy.
up.
Yeah,
So
no
we
doubt.
got a little fig spread here,
Pinky's out.
local, I believe. Nope, from France.
Yeah, pretty close.
These figs are French.
Yeah.
Some
They're freedom
yeah.
figs.
prosciutto Italiano, as well as European butter.
You ever been to Paris, California?
And then who knows?
Real nice.
Let's see, where's the brie from?
Been to Eiffel Tower in Vegas.
You're the one I need, man.
Yeah, I'll tell you right now.
What?
They call them Eiffel in France. screw that.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah.
And we're just going on old country white bread.
Okay, country white. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, the best grilled cheese sandwiches are made on white bread.
Oh, 1,000,000%.
I mean, you
1,000,000%.
don't want anything to fancy up the bread. You just want the butter to soak in. You want that nice char on the outside, or really just the browning effect of the bread.
You know what I just realized?
What do you got?
I left my bread on the kitchen counter.
Oh, well,
He's got a ton of bread.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
he's
have to
got
use Ben's bread.
Yeah, I got down to the, what do they call the ends of it? The heel.
Yeah, right.
Got down to the heels on mine.
Wow, I completely forgot.
Dude, I made a split-second decision. I almost relied that you guys were going to have cheese enough for me to use yours because I'm driving and I'm like, I'm like listening to yacht rock on my way into work. And I'm like, sail me away. Holy Colby Jack! I like just completely. I mean, dude, I almost I almost went off the road at like a Shell station.
I understand that because I don't know why, but I had so many pieces to bring.
Yeah.
And then I apparently completely just forgot the bread there as I was staring at the rest of that loaf.
So I was actually listening to our buddies Jonas Knox and LeVar Arrington this morning.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brady Quinn had the day off, and they were talking about this mess with Isaiah Rodgers and the Colts, the gambling thing.
Yeah, the corner who just got caught.
And Jonas brought up the best point. Said that since he's a kick returner, he could be literally placing in-game bets in terms of like prop bets and stuff that are like when does or on kick returns, how far does it go out? Like, does it go past the 25-yard line? So then if it's a ball that's kicked like into the end zone, he's going to take it out every time.
Wow.
We're starting to smoke.
Wow. No, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that.
I turned it off. I got nervous.
What?
I'm sorry.
He gets so nervous.
Where's the smoke at?
He has a different technique. Look at this.
Wow, hold on. He threw the butter on the pan first.
The pan's too hot. It needs to cool down a little bit.
Okay, that's it. Well, let the butter cool it.
Yeah, I mean,
said nobody ever. That sounds like a terrible plan because it's literally made of fat.
You're right.
But doesn't that make sense? Like he could be placing not in-game bets, but everything was done in someone else's name. The NFL tracked it back to him. So theoretically, he could, like that person could be putting down in-game bets.
Yeah, well, that's part of the problem, right?
When I was still playing, I remember with fantasy football. Now, look, I retired in 2014, so like gambling, sports betting could only happen in Vegas, and that's part of the reason why the NFL said for years and years and years we'll never go to Vegas, and then Vegas offered the NFL or the Raiders $750 million to build a stadium. And the NFL went, we're going to Vegas, and you know what? Now casinos get to name stadiums. Off to the races we go. Yeah. So, but when I was in. I remember one time it was Tony Romo maybe got in trouble for hosting a fantasy football event in Vegas.
Ooh.
I mean, got in big trouble. Like they were talking about suspension. I think he got fined. It was ridiculous, but that's how serious the NFL was on betting back then. Where fantasy football, you couldn't even get involved with fantasy football. And the reason was very similarly to how you're talking about this returner. Like, so say there's some backup quarterback that all of a sudden gets his wish to play a little bit, and he's got a fantasy football team he's managing, and he has a certain receiver on their roster on his fantasy football team. He could just pump the ball to that receiver all day long.
Yeah.
Where, okay, I mean, will it happen to a starter? Probably not. They're getting paid a ton of money. But like those were some of the concerns that were actually being voiced around football buildings. I'm like, that would be, I mean, an absurd circumstance. But then you kind of think about it and you go, yeah, but there's a lot of money in the NFL.
Yeah, and look, the NFL doesn't want any wait but moments.
Yes.
They don't want any of it.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's just a rule of sorry, you can't gamble. I don't care what position you're in. I don't care what your capacity is. We don't want anything around the NFL because we never want a question of somebody threw that game.
Integrity.
Yeah, exactly. So that's just the rule, man.
And you want to know what's crazy about it is the reason why you want integrity in sports is so other people trust when they sports bet.
Oh, right.
So it all comes back to gambling too.
Because there's so much money in gambling that if you screw this up for the gamblers and you lose that interest, I mean, think about, for example, horse racing. Horse racing used to be the most popular sport in the United States. Why is it not anymore? Because it's more fun to bet on the NFL.
Yeah.
And people have less of a stomach ache over the NFL. Now, the concussion thing was serious, and that was seriously starting to affect people's gambling on the sport or interest in the sport. And that's kind of subdued as they've changed the rules and less concussions, less knockout shots happen. But the Tua thing obviously reared its head last year. The point I'm trying to make, though, is it all comes back to gambling anyways. And if the players are gambling and there's a potentiality of the integrity of the game being compromised, well, then that's everything to the NFL. And that's the reason why fantasy football was like, I remember if you had a fantasy football team, like even as late as 2014, my last year, people would kind of look at you like you're a little bit of a weirdo. I'm curious actually now if that culture has changed a little bit in those locker rooms.
You know what? I don't know about in the locker room. I don't know that. You would only be able to speak to that. But the culture with fantasy football definitely has changed because, I mean, you look at how many wives and girlfriends are involved in it now.
Yeah,
I mean, look
grandmas.
at grandmas. Yeah. Because you know what? It's easy to do. There's no massive commitment to it. You can play without having to spend any money. And just be a part of it. And people are holding parties where, I mean, literal families and friends are getting together like it's this massive barbecue and having these fantasy football drafts. It's fun to be a part of, and it makes the games pretty entertaining to even those who don't watch football.
The other thing that's actually really fascinating about the NFL and gambling is people don't know how much money gets bet in the back of planes on road games.
Oh, right.
Like, I mean, just watch the Last Dance documentary. Like, that's basketball. It's different, but these guys were dropping tens of thousands of dollars on every flight just playing blackjack.
I watched.
It's crazy.
I'm talking about 6-digit card games. 6-digit card games.
Wow.
Yeah.
Give us names.
I'm not going to give you names, but there were some people who love to gamble on these flights. And occasionally it would get serious. Nobody wanted to be accused of cheating. That was a big problem. And like, then obviously what you would do is you would wear out your welcome. So you never want to get caught cheating if you were cheating. But blackjack, euchre, that was a huge game for money in the back of the plane. It's like a Midwest card game. Lot of money lost and won on long trips. You know, like say, you know, you play for, I don't know, the Chargers, for example, and you're on a long trip back to the West Coast from the New York Jets, you know,
right.
All of a sudden there's a lot of time and there's a lot of drinks flowing in the back of these planes. Right. And so there is a culture of gambling in the NFL. It's just usually not on the sport you play. But if this starts infiltrating the NFL, this is a reason why, by the way, these reports keep coming out. Mm-hmm. And they haven't named too many stars.
Jameson Williams on the Lions. This Isaiah Rodgers guy on the Colts, who's literally making like $3.4 million on this contract. So it's not like he's one of the richer members of the NFL.
No.
But he got caught gambling on the Colts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So they're going to make an example of this guy. LeVar Arrington was saying this morning he could never play football again because of this. And for the most part, these were $25 to $50 bets.
Let's see.
There was like one bet that went over $1,000. But for the most part, like out of the 100 bets that they found, most of them were between $25 and $50. But one of them was on the Colts, or at least one of them.
So he's a 6th-round pick. He's entering the final year of the 4-year, $3.4 million contract, which, by the way, is nothing in the NFL. The sportsbook account was opened under the name of an associate of Rodgers, sources said. Approximately 100 bets were placed on the account over an undisclosed amount of time, including on Colts games, the source said. Most of the bets were in the $25 to $50 range, although one was at least in the low 4 figures. Rodgers started 9 games in 2022, was seen as a likely starter this season following the trade of Stephon Gilmore to the Dallas Cowboys. So this is somebody who the Colts are relying on. But let me tell you right now, if there can be somebody who can be made an example of and an organization who the NFL will have no problem making an example of on, it'd be the Indianapolis Colts.
And this fits the profile of the type of player. He's not a big enough star to piss off a ton of fans, but he's a well enough known name because of what he's done in the kick return game more than anything that people will recognize and be like, oh, Isaiah Rodgers? Wait, hang on. He's the guy. He's scored a touchdown last year against somebody returning a kickoff.
Yeah.
He got busted?
It's one of those things, too. It's a chilling effect across the league. Like if anybody has a buddy, right, who's placing bets on the NFL, and they have anything to do with that account. And I mean this, like, look, I had a bunch of friends when I was playing who would be like, hey, Richie, what do you think of the Giants, though? Really, honestly. I'd be like, look, dude, they're coming up in 2 weeks. I can't talk about the Giants. Yeah. I know, but is that defensive end going to play? Do you know? I'll be like, dude, I don't know anything about the Giants. Leave me alone.
Come on, with this win, we're gonna buy the bar together.
I didn't think about
You
that.
put
I didn't think about
100,000 in.
that.
Yeah, so you get those calls anyways, and that was before like sports betting was available on apps across the United States. Hang on a second, I got to get up and take some video.
Oh, yeah.
You
Get
are
it.
making perfect grilled cheese sandwiches.
Right.
I'm getting so excited.
Right. I was just gonna say, so Benny here, he started with butter in the pan. Then you put some butter on, like a slab of butter.
Oh,
Well, no, you didn't.
There's a
actually.
lot of
Oh,
there was one slab on
One slab
one
on the
side.
slab. Okay. With butter in the pan. Then when you slap those babies down, you started slicing more chunks of butter in the pan.
Mhm. You got to
So
baste
it's
it a
like-
little bit.
Okay, gotcha. You got a pool of butter all around here. Now, not only have you been flipping at a pretty regular basis to get a very golden brown all the way around here, but you're using the spatula to really smash these down.
So with the brie, it's not going to melt on its own. You got to add a little pressure to it, and
Wow.
it's getting nice and melty.
Okay.
And it is spreading out evenly.
So
and
you're doing-
these, they're ready.
You're having to do multiple flips here because that
I don't want the
brie-
bread to burn
and because the brie needs more time to melt.
a little more, but
Okay,
once it does
right.
get
You're an
melty, it
expert
is
here.
the perfect goo.
An expert with the brie.
Yeah, I am so excited. This is one
You know-
because like I know what a jalapeno popper tastes like, but I am so pumped because I see a jalapeno over there. I see
Yeah.
some cheese over there. Is that what you're cooking up next?
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna. It's just, I guess, my take on a jalapeno popper grilled cheese.
Okay,
Yeah. We'll
okay.
see what happens. This is going to be the second time I've ever had brie in my life.
Dude,
Yeah.
you are such uncultured swine.
Now, I wish I had a little bit of that spicy honey to drizzle on top,
Oh my
Ooh,
gosh.
Yeah.
but this is how I made it for Kendall and I last night.
Look
Wow,
at
unbelievable.
this.
Here, want me to just split? I have to take a half of that.
Yeah,
or what?
sure.
Here, is
take
that
a
a,
half.
I mean, you-
On the hatch.
Here.
Why not? Here. Just gonna take a
I'm-
picture of it.
Oh, take a picture. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. Oh, you're
Look
a,
at that.
you're a naughty brie and prosciutto sandwich,
Take a
aren't you?
picture of that.
Then I'm gonna give-
Ben's got it. Oh, you're gonna give another
I'm gonna give
halfer?
half to LaDonna.
Good call.
Oh
Good
yeah,
call.
smart,
Good call.
smart
Good
thing.
call. Good
Yeah,
call.
because she,
Yeah.
I fear that eventually she's gonna beat us up for something.
Yeah, right. Ooh, this
Donna
is-
Harvey, Kogo News
Wow.
over there.
It
Okay.
kind of looks like if you threw egg on this right now, it'd look like a moon's over my hammy.
Oh, that's a good call.
You
Wow.
can kill my mic.
Yeah, I'll
This
kill the
is
mic.
this is a perfect grill on this.
I'm gonna take a
Yo,
bite.
here's the
I can't
camera.
wait.
I was
I
like,
can't
"Where's
wait.
the camera?"
Yeah.
Can we just jump in here without Benny?
I think so.
Okay, there we go. Mm. Wow.
What?
Okay.
Dude.
Yeah. What?
Dude.
There's some sweetness to that, a little saltiness.
Benjamin Fletcher.
I'm telling you, the golden brown cook on the bread.
You son of a.
Uh-huh.
This is special. This is
Yeah,
what
it is.
dreams are made of.
Wow.
I can't believe what we're eating right now.
No, this is beautiful, man. Wow. What? So
Okay.
you got to tell the people what you used here in this.
So it's brie, right?
Uh-huh.
Prosciutto.
So brie cheese, just the normal one you find at Vaughn's or whatever. Prosciutto, try to get not the one that comes in like the variety pack with a bunch of cheese and stuff in it.
Yeah.
Prosciutto by itself. A little fig spread, which I don't know what the brand is. It was the only one at Vaughn's yesterday, but
That's
that
the-
stuff is awesome.
That's the fancy brand.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Get you
And
some
then just
fancy.
regular white bread, toast it up, lots of butter. Enjoy.
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, when I'm telling you this might be the best thing I've eaten in a long time.
This is the one I had in college that I was telling you about yesterday.
What in
And
the
it's the
world?
fig, dude.
Dude,
Wow.
yeah, it's the sweet and the salty. So you got the fig, which I mean, the other thing you did, I'm glad you made this last night because I could see somebody overpowering the saltiness of the prosciutto with too much of the sweet. You got the perfect balance of the fig
Yeah.
spread with the saltiness of the prosciutto. The brie it was melting so much, it was literally dripping out of the edges of the sandwich.
Oh, it's perfect.
This is amazing.
So I'm using it on the same plate as the cheesecake, and I'm getting a little bit of the barbecue sauce.
This is my favorite show we've ever done.
I mean-
I love grilled cheeses.
I mean,
dude.
I'm going back. I'm dipping more.
It sort of feels like like it should be a Bar Cart Friday, a Bar Cart Tuesday, where all of a sudden we're just slugging Coors Lights with these grilled cheeses.
So let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Did you know of anyone, again, without naming names, that was betting on NFL games?
I never knew any. I knew fantasy football. I knew guys with fantasy football teams. That was in every locker room I played in.
But I mean, like actually either going to Vegas or going to a bookie and throwing down some cash on either one of your games, or like say you're playing on the Patriots, the Falcons and the Jags are playing, and they throw some money on that game.
Never heard of it my entire time playing. Not with the Pats, not with the Cardinals or the Chargers. But like I said, there was a lot of money bet on card games. There was a lot of money bet on college football games, which we weren't allowed to do either in the facility. So it's just one of those things where, like, I mean, for example, I don't know, if your alma mater was playing against a conference rival, do you think it just stopped at, hey, you got to show up to work for a week wearing my gear? Like, sometimes it would stop there, and sometimes there'd be a little scratch on that. Sometimes, because you get bored, you would pass around a college football sheet. And I don't know, maybe you would circle 10 of the games against the spread. And then everybody would throw $100 on each sheet. And if there were ties, it would roll over to next week. And sometimes that pot got up to tens of thousands of dollars.
See, but that kind of sounds like what Jameson Williams was doing, except he was just going through an app.
Yeah, but at the same token, it's on professional football. The experience is
Jameson Williams was college.
Oh, his was college?
And he still got in trouble with the NFL.
I thought he had bet on NFL.
I'm pretty sure he was the only one that was just college.
Well, see, and that's what I mean. Like, either way, it's against the rules. But I think a big dividing line for me personally would be like, if guys wanted to bet on college football, I don't know, like how much influence could they really have on outcomes of college football games? Probably very little as professional players at this point. I mean, I guess maybe somehow, some way. But and then the other thing is like insider knowledge. Like, say they come from a place they know their starting quarterback who they played with a year ago isn't going to be starting in the game against Auburn, and all of a sudden they put $1,000 on Alabama to win because they know the backup's going to be in there and Auburn's going to take it.
Who's the kid from USC? Caleb Williams. Like, what if, like, say Jared Goff, just randomly, Jared Goff knows Caleb Williams,
yeah,
right? And saying Jared Goff could theoretically send him a DM or something or a text the day before and be like, hey, just so you know, wide receiver X, I got him going over 5 catches tomorrow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
20,000 of that's yours if that happens.
See, and that's the thing. Like, sports betting in general opens the door to a lot of foul play. And so I guess if you're going to have a rule about it at all, it should be like, we're just not doing any of it at all.
Across the board.
No tolerance.
Isn't that the NFL's rule?
It
across
is.
the board, you're not allowed to bet on the game of football, period. End of discussion.
I'm curious, though, if it changes here sometime soon, because, look, again, there's gold in them hills. And the same way the NFL said, we'll never have a team in Vegas, money changes everything. If you have an opportunity for teams to start promoting, hey, live bet with our starting quarterback, like, and maybe it's not on NFL games, maybe it's on college football games, but imagine, like, hey, you can follow Dak Prescott's bet, but he thinks that Ole Miss is going to win 9 games this season.
But it'll be the
I
same
can't
deal
see
as
it.
Coors Light with Patrick Mahomes. Like the FanDuel, DraftKings, they're going to have to get creative about how to sponsor these guys without sponsoring them.
You don't
Coors
think
Light
by
did
like
Coors
year
Flashlight.
2040, we're
I
going to
don't
see
know,
stuff
man.
like that? I think we probably
maybe
will.
with a retired player. I can't imagine an active player.
I don't know, man. I feel like the NFL, I mean, it's the Wild West. Like, things are changing so quickly. And also, sports betting is the Wild West. Pretty soon here, I mean, that's going to be legalized in every state. I mean, every single politician is going to be like, we're going to fill all these potholes with the debts of gamblers.
And that's already proven to work, by the way.
Oh,
like
yeah.
in New York, I think there was somewhere where it was talking about the benefits to the education system of sports gambling because they racked up like $4 billion in year one.
Dude, that's the same with smoking. Don't smoke. But if you stop smoking, we're going to lose billions of dollars that fund a lot of things.
Yeah, I mean, the commercials that will come out for sports betting here in California in the coming years are going to be like, do you love children? Are you tired of seeing them die all the time?
Well, they tried that. It didn't make it through. Well, I mean, those were
That's
the
what I
ads.
was, like, we need to switch it up next time this comes around. Like, 2 years? Is that going to be the next time we can vote on this?
Well, I think it has to actually make the ballot again.
Okay,
Oh,
but
boy.
next time it should be 3 us-looking dudes sitting on a couch being like trying to put together an epic parlay.
Do
or
you
something.
make grilled cheese every morning?
Speaking of which, are we grading this thing?
Yeah,
that's another 11.
Yeah,
dude.
that beats mine. Like, hands down, 1,000,000%.
They're different.
That
They're very
is-
different.
Yeah, totally different.
It's a different lane, but that's the best thing I've eaten in a very long
equal
time.
playing field. My goodness. A couple of foes are now friends. I'll explain. We'll explain. Coming up next, Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. We've got breaking news in the world of golf coming up next.
This update is presented by Mercedes-Benz. Padres get a 5-0 win over the Cubs yesterday. Blake Snell, fantastic. 6-2 hit innings. Gary Sanchez hits another homer. Padres now got the Mariners for 2 games at Petco Park before getting back on the road this weekend. In the NFL, Colts player Isaiah Rodgers, he got popped for gambling, placing around 100 bets, all around $25 to $50, except for one, which was low 4 figures. He did place bets on the Colts, so bad one for the league, bad one for him. Sticking with the NFL, Buffalo Bills, they've broken ground on their new stadium. The $1.5 billion stadium set to open in time for the 2026 season across the street from their current Highmark Stadium. Intelligence runs in the family. Innovation runs in the family. Extraordinary runs in the family. The Mercedes-Benz range of SUVs. Every member waiting to impress. Learn more at MBUSA.com.
Having some fun on a Next Level Fat Guy Stuff Tuesday here at Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. It is steak day. Grilled cheese day. We did do cheesesteak grilled cheese. That was Rich as he came out. Ben, what are you calling yours?
I don't know. Brie, prosciutto, fig.
Yeah.
Brie, prosciutto, fig.
We're gonna call it the pinky out.
The pinky out.
The douche.
Ben made the double doucher, and coming up next, we're gonna have the white trash special.
Dude, just running to the kitchen to wash the pan and then running back in here in time for the update and getting all the trash and stuff. I'm sweaty.
Yeah, dude. And that camper range, like, it emits like a pretty good amount of heat.
Right.
Like, it's blown off the edges there, and you're at eye level with it.
I saw our guys Switchfoot outside.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah, all of them are going to be in studio here coming up in just about 15 minutes.
Should we break a little early so we have enough time for them?
That'd be good. Right. We'll do that. And then you got to get busy in the 8 o'clock hour because I am super excited. Whenever I see jarred jalapenos, I mean, honestly, I don't know if there's anything that makes my heart skip a beat more than jalapenos.
Like the nacho jalapeno.
Yes.
Right.
They're pickled. Yeah. They're a little tamed. The heat is still there, but it's just, oh man.
Those are them.
Wait, what other cheese are we're gonna
do some pepper jack and some American. And Parmesan. I'm gonna do Parmesan on the outside of them, so it gets that nice little cheesy crust on the outside.
I burnt the crap out of my finger on that thing.
Yeah, you gotta be careful. I did the same thing on the pan. My grandma used to say, I think it was because she was clumsy, but she used to say, when you burn yourself making a meal, it tastes better. Like, it's almost good luck. So, I mean, you should have seen the back of her hands.
We're 2 for 2.
Old Italian lady with just scarred, maimed hands. I'm like, Grandma, like, I don't think you have to burn yourself for it to be a good meal.
You know what my grandma always said? That the pan doesn't know the difference between a sausage or your finger.
Oh, yeah, that's good advice.
Or that the grater doesn't know the difference between cheese and your finger.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, there's that.
That's what my parents said about the vacuum.
Stop.
Well, listen, I'm just saying. Sometimes you get a little carried away. Your imagination gets going.
Speaking of that, let's just read this little text from Benny this morning. Hang on.
Whoa, dude, our text line is private.
Wait.
Come
no,
on.
This is a good one. This is a good one.
There's occasions where we need to alert the masses. I mean, sometimes there's good stuff. There's gold in them hills.
Okay, so this is Ben Fletcher at 5:31 a.m. This is the one I'm most excited for. ... I effing have a very intimate relationship with grilled cheese sandos.
Should I go back and read some of your guys' texts? I mean, you say a lot nastier, worse stuff than that.
Grilled cheese sandwiches don't know the difference between sausages or fingers.
I'm Manny Machado, and you are out.
Should I just maybe post a video going through our text thread of all the gifts that you fools send
I don't.
of cows being milked?
Yeah.
You want to bring this up?
Listen, there's a lot of milk. There's a lot of milk gifts.
Look
on the. I don't know what is that called? The Bonsai app?
Yeah,
I don't know, but
it's milk explosions.
That's all you got to search.
Travis, what happened to golf?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's breaking news.
Wait, hang on.
Hang on.
Hit the breaking news center. Breaking news.
Yeah.
Breaking news.
Yeah, breaking news out of the PGA.
Will Eric Hosmer be an all-star?
Will Eric Hosmer be an all-star this season?
Maybe if he's golfing, he might be. Because the PGA Tour and Live Golf
Just snorted.
have merged together.
Okay,
Once foes are now friends.
I haven't read anything on this, but I spent a lot of time getting to understand the feud between the two. Rory McIlroy, Justin Thomas, John Rahm, all these guys that said no to the Live Golf guaranteed money have to be so pissed right now.
$800 million was offered to Tiger Woods.
They have to
Dude.
be, because I'm sure Rory got offered damn near 400 million. I'm sure John Rahm got offered damn near 400 million.
Yeah.
And these guys all said no to stand up for the PGA Tour, who said they would never accept Live Golf as a partner.
Well,
And now if you're telling, I haven't read anything on this, so they are partnering up. They're teaming up.
yeah, this is from the PGA Tour Commissioner Jay Monahan. I have not read this beforehand, so hopefully I make it through it here. But after 2 years of disruption and distraction, this is a historic day for the game we all know and love. This transformational partnership recognizes the immeasurable strength of the PGA Tour's history, legacy, and pro-competitive model, and combines it with the DP World Tour and Live, including the team golf concept, to create an organization that will benefit golf's players, commercial and charitable partners, and fans. Going forward, fans can be confident that we will collectively deliver on the promise we've always made to promote competition of the best in professional golf, and that we are committed to securing and driving the game's future.
All right, you ready for this quote? It says PGA Tour player. I'm positive this is Justin Thomas. Like, it doesn't say it's him, but I'm positive it is him. So this is from the ESPN article. The landmark deal was reached without the knowledge of many PGA Tour members and Live Golf players and agents. One PGA Tour player reached by ESPN said, "No effing way."
Yeah. Well, I mean, that is,
these guys they were furious from the get-go that this is even happening.
that is one of those things where when you value an organization that only values money, like, let's be very honest, like, Jay Monahan his allegiance is to the dollar bill. I mean, he cares about the players because the players are his product, but he cares about them as much as a butcher would care about a cow carcass. Like, it's your product, so at the end of the day, what he cares about the most is money. And he realized, if you can't beat the money that the Saudis are spending on Live,
I wonder what the Saudis gave him.
it's time to join them. And see, that's the other
that
thing.
could happen.
Oh,
Behind closed doors,
1,000,000%.
Monahan could have just gotten broken off with a couple $100 million.
We will at some point, and it may be 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 15 years, maybe it'll be never. But we will eventually find out how this deal was struck. And I promise you, there'll be more to that story, even from what we hear. But yeah, that's crazy, man. There's some guys out there who missed out on a lot of bucks.
Oh, a massive payday. Like the four guys, add Scotty Scheffler with that because he was number one in the world.
Over
at the
$1
time.
billion.
They would have damn near all been billionaires.
Man, oh man.
If not immediately by the end, because if you invest half that money and then, by the end of your life.
I'll tell you right now, golf doesn't know the difference between a sausage and a finger.
They do not.
I've always said that.
Yeah, always said that. Is Phil Mickelson, is he a good guy again then? Because
No.
Okay, all right.
But he was a bad guy before he took money from Liv.
Still
I'm
bad guy.
Just kind of a
just
jerk.
was asking. Just was asking.
All right. You hear the music playing. We're going to talk to Switchfoot. We're going to talk to them coming up next about the Bro-Am, and they'll be in studio live with us. Maybe they'd like a grilled cheese sandwich. Find out. Coming up next, Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. All right, coming up next, Switchfoot in studio to talk about their free Beach Fest Bro-Am. Check it out. That's coming up next. All right, we're sincerely looking forward to seeing everybody tomorrow, raising awareness for the Bro-Am Foundation. Thanks to Switchfoot for joining us here in studio. This is awesome.
Yeah, we're live here with Switchfoot.
Yeah.
On Big Rich TV Fletch. Yeah, that works out well.
Got Chad, Tim, and John in studio with us, and looking forward to getting a little bit more information about this surf contest, Beach Fest. Walk us through this, boys. Like, what do we got ahead of us tomorrow?
Man, it's our favorite day of the year. Music and surfing, all for a good cause to help local youth charities. And, you know, we grew up in San Diego and we've had the support of the community and we want to give back to the next generation.
I had bad copy. It's June 17th, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got really nervous.
Yeah,
I was like, wow, it's tomorrow.
Time is
I'm
just
sorry,
flying.
you guys
want grilled cheese?
Yes, please. I'll take one.
Oh yeah. So yeah, we just made 2 different grilled cheese sandwiches before we get back to the Bro-Am Foundation, guys. We had cheesesteak grilled cheese sandwich. That's what I made. This guy behind the glass, his name's Ben Fletch. He's our co-host here. He just made a brie prosciutto fig spread grilled cheese sandwich.
Whoa.
That just
Wow.
blew our doors off.
Right.
Wow, you think you're better than us?
That's exactly what I said.
Well, I mean, we called it the douchebag. So
I mean, it is
what it was.
You gotta have pinkies up when you eat this sandwich.
Yeah.
We feel very fancy right now.
But then I'm gonna go jalapeno popper style here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Which I mean, classic.
Straight out of the trailer with the busted out wheels.
He doesn't think he's better than us.
No,
I like
no,
that.
no,
though.
no.
I
He's
like
a man of the people.
I keep my money in a coffee can.
There's money in there? There's no money in there.
No,
Yeah.
no, there's not.
There's bacon grease in there.
Yeah, bacon grease.
Yeah.
And then there's another one for cigarette butts. But man, yeah. So the Bro-Am coming up on the 17th.
Yeah.
June
So-
17th. So basically, we had this idea. We were flying home from Australia in 20 years ago, and we said, hey, what if we could do something to give back to San Diego? Surfing and rock and roll kind of kept us out of trouble when we were kids, and what if we could give that to the next generation? And that's what this event is. It's Pro Surfers Challenge Athletes Foundation. You see these kids that are learning to surf for the first time, and then there's some of our favorite bands playing later on. It's just my favorite day of the year. Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome.
What's
awesome.
what is the Challenged Athlete Foundation? What do they do? What do they specialize in?
So with people with these kids that have limb differences and differently abled kids that they get up on the surfboard for the first time in front of thousands of people cheering them on. It is like if you're not moved by the event, you know, we'll give you your money back, and the event's free. So there's that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You
that
drive a
coffee
hard
can
bargain.
remains empty.
Yeah.
No, dude, you guys, that's amazing. I mean, like, it's amazing to give back because you don't have to. You know what I mean? Like, I remember, playing football. Like, there are things that guys did out of the generosity of their hearts, and that I was able to get involved with, and it's incredible. I mean, I wish I did more. The fact that you guys have this going on, you're talking about it this morning, I really appreciate it, because especially in a special place like San Diego, people need help and they need things to look forward to and be hopeful about. So, I mean, who came up with the idea? Like, Tim, was it you? You're staying quiet over there.
Yeah.
You were the inventor of this, the Bro-Am?
Well, we were actually on a flight back from Australia.
Yeah.
And I like to think that we were dumb enough and young enough to think it would work, that it actually did. Because so it was just that simple. We were missing San Diego, thinking, how do we give back to this community? What are the things we love most about San Diego? What if we threw a party on the beach, surfing, rock and roll, helping kids? And this is the 19th year. So
Right.
it's not something I think we can take credit for. It's the whole community just immediately wrapped their arms around this idea and made it bigger than we ever imagined.
And it was 20 years ago you come up with this idea. You've been doing it for 19 years. So somehow you guys made it happen in a very short period of time, because this is quite the endeavor.
Yeah, I mean, like kids do, right? We were 20 years old and
Yeah.
we were like, well, hey, here's the idea. We could probably do it next week, right?
Yeah.
What could possibly go wrong? And it just kind of worked.
That's incredible. Do you guys do you want us to come out there and make grilled cheeses, or
Yes, please.
Absolutely.
because
Oh, we wanna get back.
Absolutely.
yeah, turns out
Yeah.
we found like a new passion. We might stop doing this, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
We may be better at grilled cheese. Yeah.
How many people you guys expect to come out?
Oh man, it started with a few hundred, maybe closest friends, and now it's at 17,000, 18,000 people.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a free event, man.
Wow,
Just
yeah.
bring the family down, bring your grilled cheese. It's gonna be the best beach day ever.
If you burn your grilled cheese, there's a lot of vendors that can help you out
Yeah.
that sell food, great foods there.
Yeah, lots of food
not
trucks.
not to knock your grilled cheese.
Okay,
I'm sure
all
it's
right.
awesome.
No.
Take it
That's fine.
easy,
I mean,
John.
we can
We
make.
didn't burn anything.
Yeah.
It may smell like it.
Took us 13 minutes to make one.
Yeah,
but,
that's true. We
other
really
than
did
that-
take our time. It's great radio, though. I
Yeah,
promise you.
yeah, really good.
People are talking
Yeah.
about it everywhere. Big deal.
Visual.
Yeah. So I want to talk to you guys a little bit about your music life, because I find it so interesting. Trying to be creative. It can be sometimes the most paralyzing thing in the world. What is the most difficult part of being a musician, especially being collaborative? Like, it's you guys have to come up with ideas and then be comfortable to pitch it to each other, and then also be comfortable with each other to criticize each other's work. So what is the biggest difficulty in coming up with music and sharing it?
My brother.
That's a great answer.
Is it? I mean, like, is a familial relationship does it get in the way
No,
sometimes?
it's the best. I
Okay.
honestly,
It was the best of times. It was the worst of times.
It was the summer of our discontent, dude.
yeah. No, I think we've reached some sort of armistice where we've come to respect each other for what we are and who the other person is, and yeah. So I think we used to get in all sorts of fights and Noel Gallagher it up.
Maybe we should bring it back.
Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, just for old
right here,
times,
right
you know?
now.
Yeah.
Right.
The nostalgia. of it.
Yeah, it is funny though, because I think it is, you want to dig into those weird, awkward places of honesty with a song. You want to go somewhere deep, and then you have to somehow unearth that and bring it to someone else. It's an awkward process, but it's beautiful to think that we've been doing it for 20 years, and yeah, I think of it almost like a journal entry. If you can be honest and find a way to share your journal with somebody. That's what songwriting is.
It's interesting because you're trying to make peace with all the voices within a band,
Right.
But then you're also trying to make peace with all the voices within your own head, because you've got the critic, you've got the child creator,
the muse.
and you're kind of trying to balance all of these things, but they're all necessary voices to speak into what you're doing.
How do you know when you're writing a song? How do you know like this one's done? And because to me, I feel like
it's never done.
It's never done.
That's why you release it.
Oh, right.
You're just
that's interesting.
You're just squeezing the life out of it, and you just release it.
And now you just re-released it.
Yeah. So that we 20 years ago we put out a record called The Beautiful Letdown.
Right.
And when that record first came out, just before it came out, we flew to New York to play it for the big major label. 4 kids from San Diego finally got signed. This is our dream come true. We play it for the record exec, the head of Sony and all this. And he walks out. First song says, "These songs are awful."
Good. That's exactly what you're hoping for.
Yeah.
And we got dropped right then and there.
No way.
And so it was, in hindsight, I mean, at the moment it was devastating, but in hindsight, it was just one of the best things that's ever happened to us as a band, because it forced us to really, look inward and look to each other and say, hey, do we believe in this? Do we believe in us? Do we believe in these songs? Is this worth pursuing? And then we fought it out for the next year or two. And then, 2 million copies later, the record company said, okay, it's all right. The songs are okay.
Right. Yeah.
And
the song he walked out on was actually Dare You to Move, which is, one of our favorite songs that we've ever written. And I think it forced us to realize that believing in your music because someone else believes in it is the worst idea ever. If you believe it, that's all you need.
Yeah, but you're kids.
Yeah.
I mean, but you know what I mean? Like, it's so difficult. I remember when I was that young, like trusting my own decisions. I had this, going back to a playing career. Like, I remember my dad didn't want me to quit playing lacrosse to play football, for example. That seems like a very trivial decision, but at the time, I grew up playing lacrosse. I was letting go of something I loved to do to concentrate on this newfound love. And it was, I'm getting like the hair on the back of my neck is standing up, because it was the first time I stood up to my dad. And I was like, no, I'm playing football. Like, this is what I'm doing. And it, like, I wasn't sure if it was going to work out. It was this awful feeling. It was a great feeling because I felt like I was emancipating myself a little bit. But trusting yourself is so difficult. When you have an executive at a major label walk out on the best song you've ever written and one that you're known for. Like, how does that make you feel?
Yeah.
I mean, were you defeated for a while?
It was a defeating moment that evening. Absolutely. Because we walked off the stage thinking it was a really good show.
Right.
Yeah.
But I think, at the end of it, you realize, okay, so the logo on the back of the album doesn't change the song, and somebody's opinion has to be someone's opinion.
Yeah.
And to be like, to think, okay, that's why. So 20 years later, we said, you know what? Let's do our version of these songs. 20 years ago, we recorded them for these guys. Let's record them for us now. That's why we recorded it.
It's cool.
So broam.org, that's where everyone's going to go. Also, I just pulled up the donation page and where you can get tickets. You guys are up almost over 22,000 of your $50,000 goal. And that's givebutter.com/Broam 2023 Beach Fest.
That's
So
it.
we'll get that up on Twitter. And Big Rich, TD, and Fletch listeners, you guys are super generous. This is a worthy one to donate to.
Givebetter.com.
Give butter.
Give butter.
Just like what was on our grilled cheese
that's what I was going to question that. Give butter. I love it.
Which, by the way, very similar to the song making process. We feel the same way about grilled cheese. Like, you're squeezing it,
Heart
the
and soul in it.
daylights. Yeah. And you're like, you release it. You don't
Let the haters hate, Yeah.
Is the grilled cheese ever really finished? No.
No,
Just got to set it free.
Well said.
Gosh.
Well said.
Poetry. Absolute poetry. Man, oh man. The Broam's happening June 17th at Moonlight Beach out in Encinitas. You got to be there. You don't want to miss it. There's going to be at least 17,000 people.
Yeah.
Got to be one of them.
Awesome meeting you guys. Thank you so
20,000.
much. Yeah, this was amazing. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks y'all.
for having us.
Yeah,
Thank
you
you.
bet. All right, more show coming up next.
We're number 3, Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. This update presented by the Play It Forward Foundation. Trav, I think you're probably getting on the thing next. Yeah, I hope so. All right, Padres get a 5-0 win over the Cubs yesterday. Blake Snell, fantastic, 6-2 hit innings. Gary Sanchez hits another homer as a Padre, his third in the brown and gold. Padres will now host the Mariners for 2 games at Petco Park before getting back on the road this weekend. Over in the NFL, Colts quarterback Isaiah Rodgers, he got popped for gambling, placing around 100 different bets, all around 25 to 50 bucks, except for one, which was low 4 figures. He did place bets on the Indianapolis Colts, so it's a bad one for the league, bad one for Rodgers. Sticking with the NFL, Buffalo Bills have broken ground on their new stadium, the $1.5 billion stadium set to open for the 2026 season. The Play It Forward Foundation, or PIF, elevates and equips elite young athletes through NIL branding to support their development and secure their future. Learn more at piffoundation.org. Play It Forward Foundation, creating opportunities.
Woo! That's a Tuesday scream, by the way. And a happy Tuesday to those who celebrate. Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. We are off to the races on a wonderful week here.
Is it cold in that control room?
It
Feels
seems
great.
Are you sure?
Do you want a jacket?
Did it get hot?
And did it get hot and then cold again?
There's a lot of people asking about the Hardwood and Balls Classic. Do we have an update on that?
Yeah.
Where was our camera pointing?
In studio.
Yeah,
Mhm.
unfortunately. Yeah, there was
All right.
no cameras.
Okay. Never
Yeah.
mind.
Yeah, never mind.
Never mind.
I
By
guess
the way,
we've-
awesome visit from Switchfoot.
Look, there's been through the
Really,
glass.
really cool.
Yeah, how about that?
Okay.
That's pretty cool.
Might have to replay.
Yeah.
Really awesome chatting with them about the Bro-Am. Again, Give Butter is the name of the website. They are looking to get to $50,000 to support.
Well, I think Give Butter is like a GoFundMe type website. So it's givebutter.com/Broam2023.
Oh, thank you for that. Okay,
Mhm.
because I
But
okay.
Broam.org has all the
2023 Bro-Am. That's it.
No, givebutter.com/Broam2023 Beach Fest. But if you just go to broam.org, all the info is there.
23
Yeah.
Beach
Yeah.
Fest. Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is actually a really cool thing. So if you want to donate, or if you want to buy, or I guess tickets, I guess there's probably some VIP areas that they didn't mention. It's a free event. You want to show up, you want to check out the surf contest, the free beach show. There's going to be a lot of great acts there, including Switchfoot. If you want to get some food from the food trucks, I mean, this sounds like something that is so unique and perfectly suited for San Diego. I'm just praying that they get a clear day. I was looking at the weather for the month of May in San Diego. We didn't get a single clear day. Like there was always some level of overcast.
We got sun
everywhere in
coming
San
next
Diego.
week.
A marine layer.
Yeah.
We have Wednesday, Thursday next week. It looks like the sun is out and we're finally getting over 70 degrees.
How about that?
Now we're talking.
How about that?
It's what we pay for, folks.
Yeah. No
It's
kidding.
what it's all about.
Hardwood and Balls Classic. Looking for an update. Have we heard anything? We had a little snafu yesterday.
We did. Okay,
We
so
did everything right except for one thing.
well,
Tell anyone.
we no, we did everything right. So, okay, JD the 80, the athletic director, JD Wicker over at San Diego State, has been on top of his game. We know that. He's athletic director of the year, named by the Sports Business Journal. He just celebrated that award, and deservedly so. So he, on his end, checked every single box.
Right.
He's like, you guys got the Jam Center, no problem.
I had like an hour and a half conversation yesterday, like 30-minute conversation with Richard Stern,
Mhm.
the SID, about interviews, about Ethernet cords, about
Mhm.
all that stuff.
Oh, dude, yeah. He's got the whole thing
We're ready
wired
to go.
tight. Where
Yeah.
everything's wired tight. On our end, nobody told us that we needed insurance for Ben and Jonathan to play each other in a basketball game over at San Diego State.
Yeah.
So JD mentioned it. He was like, hey, by the way, it's something that you should consider. Let's do that. And so I was on a message chain yesterday that said that process can take anywhere typically between 7 and 14 days to process. Which all of a sudden throws a huge speed bump in the way of the Hardwood and Balls Classic.
No.
And we started that process yesterday.
Yes. So, unfortunately, the June 7th tip-off date tomorrow is starting to feel like a distant possibility.
It's not out yet. You have not got a no, it's not happening.
They're putting a rush on it. We're hoping it happens.
We're hoping it happens. We're hoping it gets pushed through legal. And if it does, we will be live streaming the Hardwood and Balls Classic from the Jam Center on the Mesa at San Diego State University tomorrow. Tip off sometime during the John and Jim show. We figure around 4, a little after the 4 o'clock hour. If it doesn't happen tomorrow, we will pick a date where we are completely assured the insurance will go through. And assuming all of those boxes are checked, we'll still be tipping off the Hardwood Balls Classic. Okay.
Now, this has been so difficult to
If
make
it is
happen.
really difficult to happen.
If it is tomorrow,
Yeah.
JD the 80 is going to be on right at 3 o'clock
Mhm.
to open up the show.
Okay.
Dave Velasquez is going to help with play-by-play commentary
Yeah.
during the actual
Yeah.
matchup.
Good.
Yeah.
There's going to be a
Excited.
couple different football team guests popping over,
Okay.
as well as a couple surprise guests after the fact.
Okay.
Wait, do you know who they are? Or are
I
they
do.
surprised to you?
Yeah. Don't share it on air.
Wait.
Hang
What?
on.
Did you already get
wait.
shared?
Whisper in our ears, though. Hit the talk back button. Hang on. Benny's going to whisper to us. Yeah. Yeah.
I like that.
I like that a lot. Feels right.
That's what it does.
Now that's if it happens tomorrow,
Okay. Well, listen.
which I'm hoping. I sincerely hope it does.
We will keep on top of our people on this end, and we will make every effort to make it happen tomorrow as promised. If not, what it does afford us is a little bit more time to train old Benny boy.
That's right. That's right.
I think I'm in pretty good shape.
We need to whip this guy into better shape.
Well, you've had 2 grilled cheese so far this morning.
That's true.
Can't wait for the third.
Yeah.
Am I telephoning Mr. Zimborski, or is he going to join
Thank
the
you
link?
so much for remembering.
You're welcome.
Oh my God. Okay. So he said he has video camera problems. So we're going to call him.
Okay.
We're going to call him. And you know what? Maybe we should be like 2 minutes early. And then when you get on the phone with him, apologize profusely. He is the nicest human being on the planet. He had a funny thing that he told me. I'll let him tell everybody, but he got out of something he did not want to do because he was supposed to be on with us. But we'll get to Dan Zimborski here coming up in just a few minutes. He works with Fangraphs, awesome writer, awesome analyst of the game of baseball. Basically, we just need to know if the Padres are good or not. That's basically
that's it.
what we,
I mean, whittle things down.
yeah, because sometimes they look great. Like for this Cubs series is a perfect microcosm of the whole season. You had the one close game, right? Where it was a game they could have won, but it was a 1-run game and they gave it away. Then they get the doors blown off of them at one point, which we've seen many times. And then also they blew the doors off the Cubs twice, shutting them out in 2 appearances during this 4-game series.
The inconsistency is so tough to be a Padres fan right now. Fangraphs currently has the Padres at a 56% chance to make the playoffs, which is better than the Giants, who are ahead of them in the standings. Giants have a 41.4% chance. Diamondbacks have a 60.6. Dodgers, stupid 93.8.
Yeah. It's not what
56 is not the number I would have wanted at this point in the season. Coming into this season, I would have told you it was impossible.
It's not embarrassing yet. That's what I'll say personally. Hang on. Because we're not at the deadline yet, right? Here's the deal. If it's August 1st and they're trading away pieces because they're kicking the can down the road to 2024 for this team to be good, that's when this gets embarrassing. When they're trading away, say, Josh Hader, to try to get something for him, because you don't really need a closer if this ain't the year. That's when this gets embarrassing. So I'm not there yet. I'm ready to pull my hair out with this team, but I'm not quite there yet. That will suck. That will suck a great deal.
Well,
if they get to the trade deadline and they're sellers.
It's rough when you're living in the land of what's supposed to be. We weren't supposed to be in this situation. You weren't supposed to have this sort of a record. So you weren't supposed to be sitting deep down in the standings looking and hoping that other teams will lose so you can move up.
Now, the scenario where trading Josh Hader isn't the worst idea. I was thinking about this yesterday. If Suarez comes back and is healthy and effective, like as an 8th inning guy, and you
also
can
you're
move
paying
him to the
too.
9th, right?
Yeah.
and you can move Hader for an outfielder to replace Grisham and leave Tatis in center like he was yesterday, it's a bingo.
And you know, to his credit, AJ Preller, if he's done one thing really, really right since being a general manager, he's been able to restock the closer position virtually every single year. Regardless of whether the team was successful or not, they've had a successful closer virtually every single year.
Even the crappy years, Kirby Yates was fantastic.
Yeah, or Brad Hand.
Right.
You know what I mean? It like he's done a great job with that relief position. All right, joining us right now, and it's been a week in the making, Dan Szymborski Fangraphs, and it wasn't his fault. It was ours. The pleasure was all his.
We remembered about an hour after.
Oh my gosh. And then I went
Rich
to Twitter.
told us an hour after.
Yeah, that was that.
Like on the text, he was like, "I'm going to reach out to Dan Szymborski," and then never said Dan Szymborski's coming on.
Yeah, I did. That's exactly how it all went down. Dan, how you doing this morning? Sorry.
I'm doing well. I've done blunders before. A few months ago, I called into the wrong St. Louis sports radio station, and they put me on without knowing who I was, and I was the only one who didn't realize I wasn't the guest. It was very awkward.
You know what's so funny? If you did that to this show, we would have assumed we booked you.
Yeah.
We would just be like, well, someone wanted Szymborski on, so we better talk some ball.
Do we have an opener or close?
Soto?
Yeah. Man alive. Oh, but you know what? We did kind of do Danny a favor because you had some morning plans that we got you out of, didn't we?
Yeah, family likes to have early meals. I do not. I do not like waking up and, getting dressed and doing things early.
Yeah, adulting is difficult.
I'm a night owl.
Yeah. Who needs it? Are you a gamer? Is that the reason why you're a night owl? Are you a guy who'll get on the sticks? Is there a Call of Duty or a Fortnite or maybe some PC gaming that you get into?
Well, I do play a lot of games, and I'll be the show right now. But that's mostly because I stay up to watch games. They don't end till on the West Coast until 1 or 2 a.m. And I just like the night, and I do some of my best writing at night better than the day.
Yeah, actually, yeah. You know what? And I love when I can use work as an excuse, like really, like, honey, I got to make these nachos and watch this game because you know the deal, and the Padres are on. I'm a watching. Yeah, it's the best thing in the world. So, Dan, I think we could probably do this entire interview in just a single question. Are the Padres good?
That's you see, it's a single question, but it's a complicated answer. I think they're good, but they haven't played well at all, and they're running out of time for being good to be enough to do anything. Because it's June, we're heading almost we're getting towards the halfway point of the season in a few weeks, and they're 2.5 games better than the Rockies, which is not a great place to be ever.
Yeah, no doubt, Dan. But
the way you landed that sentence,
ever. Look, what is the fix, Dan? I mean, we're sitting there scratching our heads going, what has to happen to make this team play better or play at least like the stats show on the back of their baseball cards?
Well, before Dan answers, I'll answer for him. We need more Gary Sanchez.
Yeah, all Gary Sanchez.
Yeah, get more Gary Sanchez is not something that people would have thought would be a solution before this season.
Correct.
No one's ever said that.
Really, the problem is you look at the Padres right now, and 60 games are in the book, so a lot of this is baked in. Even if they fix all the problems, it's still a really long road. I don't want to say panic, but it's getting kind of to that point because a lot of the players they expected to be good, simply put, have not been. Soto, as I expected, did mostly turn things around after a rough April, but even the good parts of the team have just been kind of meh this year. If I told you in April that Michael Wacha would be the best pitcher on the team, you'd be like, "Wait, what? Did the players all go on strike again, or for some reason?" And then he just kind of hung around. The pitching hasn't been great. I mean, the rotation at least hasn't been great, and Cronenworth hasn't been good. Machado, when he's been healthy, hasn't been good. Bogarts had that hot couple of weeks at the start of the season, then nothing since. Grisham, injured, lousy. And even Tatis isn't really the Tatis he was before the injury and suspension. So the team is 13th in the league in runs scored for an offense that was supposed to be top 5 in the NL, and really playing better is kind of the solution because you're not going to replace Manny Machado or Jake Cronenworth in the middle of the season. But I don't think there's an easy solution to this.
Dan, for 2 months, we've been trying to describe what's wrong with the Padres. You just did it successfully in about 65 seconds.
I think we're just going to play this interview on a loop for the rest.
Not even the whole,
No,
just that
yeah.
65 seconds.
We
He
only-
just did that.
We're
We
going to
only
do that
needed-
until the trade deadline at least.
Right.
We're just going to loop that clip.
So, Dan, everything you just said makes perfect sense, first of all. And by the numbers, this is not a good baseball team so far this season. Yet Fangraphs still has the Padres at a 56% chance to make the playoffs. You mentioned it earlier. They're 2.5 games better than the Rockies to this point. The Rockies have a 0% chance to make the playoffs. What's the big difference?
Well, on a fundamental level, you still expect Machado to eventually hit. You still expect Bogarts, depending on what's going on with the wrist, to eventually hit. A lot of these players, you expect to get better based on the fact that they have pitched better. I mean, Darvish has been very up and down. Blake Snell, at least, has been pitching better mostly. But, I mean, the expectation tends to be there's something called recency bias, where people tend to overrate the impact of recent events on the future. And I go over this with people a lot when they get, mad about projections. But at this point of the season, preseason projections are still a better predictor of the rest of the season than the actual season to date is. So that's the good news for the Padres. But the bad news is they were projected at the start of the season with a much better than a 56% chance of making the playoffs. Their divisional chances are down to about 10%. When at the preseason they had a narrow edge over the Dodgers in the projections. So even though they still have a shot, it's for a worse playoff position because it doesn't look like they're going to win the division and win any kind of a bye. It looks like they're going to have to limp in as like the second or third wild card. And that is really disappointing considering how aggressive this team has generally been at improving. And if they continue to play like this, then you're getting to the trade deadline. You're like, this team is at a serious crossroads.
Yeah, Dan, I mean, I think about everything statistically is upsetting. But the names, right? Juan Soto, Manny Machado, Fernando Tatis Jr., Darvish, Blake Snell, Joe Musgrove, Jake Cronenworth. Like, you talking about all-star after all-star after all-star. I mean, they have the name recognition. They have the money. Look at the payroll. All of a sudden, top 5 in payroll in Major League Baseball. So all of a sudden, because they're losing at a clip that nobody expected, you see all these, sourced or unsourced reports about all the issues with the front office and the meddling of AJ Preller and things like that. Winning cures everything. I'm sure if they were, 10 games over 500, nobody would be talking badly about this franchise at all. They would be singing the praises of AJ Preller, the architect, and Peter Seidler signing all those checks and getting all these great players. But since they are struggling, is there any truth to that? From the circles that you roll in and from things that you've heard, does this front office meddle too much at the field level? And is that the reason why they're having some of the struggles they're having?
I don't think so, because you look at in terms of meddling, because, I mean, there's no kind of meddling that would make Jake Cronenworth not hit, or more Machado not hit, or Fernando Tatis Jr. not being the same player he was a couple of years ago. I don't think it's a case where, the front office is saying, play this guy and over someone better, and that replacement is terrible. I mean, there have been cases, of course, where there is some front office meddling or just poor communication. But again, on the fundamental level, it's that players you expect to be good at baseball have not been all that good at baseball. And it's really unsatisfying as an explanation, too, because it's hard to explain to fans, yeah, we're supposed to be good, we just sort of suck, without like a solution or an explanation. Like if like Bogarts and Machado and Tatis had all retired in April to form a ska band that toured the country, that'd be weird, but at least it would be an explanation why the team isn't very good. But there aren't great explanations for this. need them to play better, which is a really weird plan. Like, okay, guys, here's the plan. We're going to play better.
I would go see their ska band. I would go for sure.
That's
like
right.
a really good horn section with their ska band. Look, Dan, we don't mean to put you on the spot here. We didn't give you any forewarning on this question, but if you were to choose and you were to look at the Padre roster, who do you think makes the best grilled cheese sandwich?
No, it's a fantastic question, Dan. There's a little background to this. We do something on Tuesdays called Next Level Fat Guy Stuff Tuesdays, and today was grilled cheese day. We each have, we've brought in our own. I did a cheesesteak grilled cheese sandwich with the peppers and the onions. You had Ben Fletcher, our co-host here. He brought in a brie prosciutto fig spread grilled cheese sandwich. We're about to have a jalapeno popper and bacon grilled cheese sandwich made by Travis after this interview. So if you had to peg one Padre player as like the best grilled cheese maker, who would it be?
I think it has to be Nelson Cruz. I mean, a guy with the nickname Boomstick knows how to make a grilled cheese sandwich. Plus, when you've reached your 40s, you've had a lot of grilled cheese sandwiches. I love grilled cheese sandwiches. Have you ever had a toad in the hole grilled cheese sandwich?
All right, talk to me.
Explain now.
Whoa.
Yeah, what is that? What do those words mean?
Wait, is this an egg?
Yeah, what you do is you make the grilled cheese sandwich, you cut out a circle in the bottom bread, and you put a raw egg in there, and then put the cheese on top of that. Then you flip it. Then you cut it in half, and the gooey raw yolk comes out like a poached egg. It's super good, and it mixes with the cheese.
Oh my gosh. Why didn't we make
Dan,
this?
do you ever make your way out to San Diego?
Yeah. Do you gonna be in these parts anytime soon?
We'll take you to a Padre game.
I've only heard of these. I never knew they were real.
Just make me one, please.
Yeah, next time in San Diego, I will totally make anyone a grilled cheese sandwich because I do have a lot of experience of being an overweight guy. So I've eaten a lot of grilled cheese.
Ditto. You will fit right in on this show. In fact, you'll be a fourth host if you make us toad in the hole.
And then on Fridays, we drink.
Oh, yeah. We have something called Bar Car Fridays. So maybe just stay for the whole week. Honestly, Dan, if you're not busy, can you just move to San Diego?
We have a couch.
Hey, it's a lot nicer weather than Ohio. I mean, I spend opening days, drinking bourbon all day. So I like the drinking and working mix type thing.
Yeah. Okay. You're going to fit right in. This is good. Okay. 2 promises. 1, we are going to take you up on that. We're going to do Toad in the Hole. 2, we're never going to not call you when we tell you we're going to call you again. That was an embarrassment.
But also, anytime you have like a family breakfast or something, just say you're coming on our show and you get out of it.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Baseball is a wonderful excuse because for years I could say, oh, I can't come to that wedding. There's important baseball things to do on Saturday.
That it kind of feels like the Padres are playing like they're trying to get out of weddings. like they're just using the games as excuses right now. Hopefully they play with a little bit more command. All right, man. We appreciate the time as always. Phenomenal chat. We'll do it again real soon, brother. Thanks, Dan.
Always fun, guys. Thanks for having me on.
There goes Dan Zimborski, Fangraphs. Follow him on Twitter. Read his writing. He's tremendous. And there's a lot of good info. I mean, at the end of the day, he's right. The Padres, it's a weird thing to say, but they've just got to play better.
That's all.
So does that make sense, though, that preseason indicators or preseason projections are better indicators than projections from 60 games in?
That's bizarre.
That doesn't work math-wise in my brain.
I think the only thing I can make sense of is the fact that because preseason, you're thinking forward 162 games.
Right.
So you're taking past history and then you're applying it to a gigantic future sample size. Whereas if you take just these 60 games, you're only talking about 1/3 of a 162 game season. And so we're not there mathematically yet. Like, for example, like the Padres, turns out last season they were a really good team. You wouldn't have known it even watching the end of the regular season. They got to the postseason, obviously made the waves they did because they were better than they'd let you believe they were.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah.
Math is
very odd.
weird.
Math, not our strong suit.
No,
Grilled
cheese. Strong suit.
Yeah.
Travi, you better get started.
Yeah,
You have a lot of ingredients over
I
there.
got a lot of things happening. But that's coming up next here. Big Rich, TD, and Fletch.
Travis getting ready to whip up some grilled cheese sandwiches. I'm excited. Jalapeno popper edition coming up next. This update is presented by Hamul Casino. We're going to start off here with the Padres, who that roller coaster continues to go. Yesterday was on the upswing, 5-0 win over to the Cubs. Blake Snell, fantastic, 6 2-hit innings. Gary Sanchez hit another home run as a Padre, his third in the brown and gold. Padres now host the Mariners for 2 games at Petco Park. It's the Vetter Cup, yeah, baby. Getting back on the road this weekend in Colorado. In the NFL, Colts quarterback Isaiah Rodgers, he got popped for gambling, placing around 100 different bets, all around 25 to $50, except for one, which was low 4 figures. He did place bets on the Indianapolis Colts. This is going to be a bad one for him, for the Colts, for the league. Sticking with the NFL, the Buffalo Bills have broken ground on their new stadium. It's also going to be called Highmark Stadium. It's going to cost $1.5 billion. Set to open in time for the 2026 season, right across the street from the current Highmark Stadium. Kick off summer at Hamul Casino's annual block party on Saturday, June 17th. Live music, DJs, free food, $20 in free play, and lots of fun. See HamulCasinoSD.com for complete details. Hamul Casino, fun above all else. God, these sandwiches, man.
Been a busy Tuesday.
I can't stop hiccuping.
This poor Ben hasn't been able to get through a single sports update the entire morning without absolutely losing it.
Is it the butter?
You know what? I don't know. Also, we've been drinking, we got a brand new vending machine in the break room. So we've been drinking a lot of carbonated energy drinks lately.
Have you been on social this morning?
No.
So Frankie V posted at 4 o'clock this morning.
Yeah. I was this morning, as soon as I opened my eyes, the first thing I saw was the Frankie V post.
So his Bang energy got stuck in the vending machine. And so he asked the 3 of us, because we're the fixers, I guess, to shake it out. And so I now on our TikTok page have posted a video of me getting the thing out, bringing it to him, and he was like a kid on Christmas.
Nice.
Yeah, that was
Did
sweet
you use
of
a
you to
hammer?
do.
No, I bought one and knocked it out.
Speaking of TikTok, could we quickly play How Many Swipes to a Butt on TikTok?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. Hang on.
I also have audio from one of the whistleblowers about the UFOs.
Whoa, hey.
My gosh, we will be playing that as well.
We also got a
dude.
return.
Literally
swipe?
one swipe.
Your account or our account?
Hang on, let me check.
Because our
it's my
account's been
account.
getting more pervy,
Hold
so
on,
I wonder.
Hold on.
Oh,
Okay,
wow.
I'm on my
Yeah,
account.
that's a backyard.
That's 1 swipe, 2 swipe, 3, 4. That's not a swipe. Hang
Ooh,
on.
I win. I got Beyonce butt.
Oh no, yeah, dude, watch that video. That's not butt. Yeah,
Man, I'm at 12, 13,
yeah, dude.
14.
Yeah, dude. How old is Beyonce? Can you look that up?
She's got to be close to Shakira,
40, right? 40 something.
19, 20.
Dude, she's a babe still.
Beyonce's 41.
God bless her.
I'm at 24 swipes right now.
I had one swipe, and it was just a big giant butt. I TikTok knows
Dude,
me.
I don't know what's happened to the algorithm.
All
There's
right,
a lot
you
of
want this
building.
audio?
Yeah.
So let's
Okay.
see. Who's the
UFologist or it's a
Here we go.
whistleblower?
No, this is one of the whistleblowers.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, that's gonna
Yeah,
be
it's got to be.
Hang on.
Yeah,
She's gonna put that on.
it's gonna be like a.
And
gonna be-
3,
hang on. Trying to show
2.
Ben.
I want to see the pretty girl.
I'm trying to
Yeah,
show.
hang on.
Oh my gosh!
It was quick.
Yeah, it was
Travis
quick.
gets those flash
That
ones.
was
Yeah.
a sneaky cheeky.
Why do I get flash ones?
Okay, so before we get to Travis's grilled cheese, which is in the making,
Mhm.
this is one of the 4 people that talked about reverse engineering these UFOs.
Are we sure it's another species?
Okay.
It's not human spacecraft from another galaxy.
The fact that he answered that so quickly,
His name is David Grush.
and the
Yes.
fact that David Grush answered that, like, okay, because this to me, something's got to pilot these spacecraft, right? Like, you can't have it. I mean, outside of drones, which I would assume when we start interplanetary travel, like when we get to Mars, among the first things we send are going to be unmanned missions. Oh my gosh, you really wrestled with those
I couldn't
jalapenos.
get it open.
Holy
Took everything I had.
He's just Mary and Joseph. You gave it everything you had.
It's the hardest thing I've ever done.
You had that jar in a headlock.
Sorry.
Maybe the
What you
problem
were
was you were
saying-
opening from the bottom.
Oh yeah. Oh,
If we have the spacecraft, then we also have
An
the
alien.
pilot.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Right. A pilot. I don't.
unless they were drones.
Unless they were drones. Like, so let's face it. This is the way I'm thinking about it now in my head, is if this is an alien species that helped create us, right? Because that is one of the theories that,
I mean, it would explain Fernando Tatis Jr.
right? Like, how is he so good? How is he such a stellar athlete? Like, you know, Beyonce, we just saw her on TikTok.
James.
How does she exist? She's 41 years old. Beyonce's got it. I don't know what it is, but she has.
Who was
a
the
lot of
white
it.
dude that dominated the dunk contest? Max Duggan.
Oh,
What was
it's
his
yeah,
not
yeah.
Duggan. He's the TCU quarterback who's now with the Chargers.
Mac McClung.
Max McClung. Mac McClung.
McClung. That dude's an alien.
He's an alien, or at very least has alien DNA. Like, so when you think about it, if I plant this summer, which I will, tomatoes in the backyard, I'm going to go check in on the tomatoes. I'm going to go water the tomatoes. I'm going to pick some of the tomatoes. I'm going to eat some of the tomatoes. I'm going to enjoy the tomatoes because that's my garden.
So your theory is that aliens are growing us for something.
For something. Maybe it's just to have fun, just
Maybe
to
to eat.
spread the genes. Maybe it's to prolong the existence. Maybe we are an alien race from elsewhere and they're like, oh, we found another habitable planet. The same way we're thinking about, hey, if Earth expires or if these natural disasters catch up to us, we got to leave Earth to spread our seed elsewhere. Maybe it's already happened. So I'm just saying, maybe we're being pruned like cherry tomatoes.
See, if that's the case, though, like they're throwing us out with the rotten tomatoes.
Right.
Like the 3 of us are kind of
Yeah.
screwed. They're only taking Mac McClung. They're only taking
Yeah.
Fernando Tatis Jr. They're definitely taking Beyonce.
Well, yeah, dude, that is like Beyonce, Shakira are like 1 and 2 on the list.
What do you think they do with Jay-Z? Are they like, bye?
Yeah, I mean, there's
He's
got to
a
be room
genius.
for Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just, I mean, what a fantastic rap
I don't know
artist.
if I can do this.
Wait, are you throwing
Oh, you're
jalapenos
gonna-
on the outside?
Yes,
need
throw them
a-
on the
a se-
outside.
Do
I'm
you
trying
need
to
a
get
second pair of hands?
No. So
Oh,
what I've done is
yeah.
I took the bread, I buttered every side of the bread. Okay, I threw some.
There's so
I
much
threw
butter.
some American cheese down, slices, Kraft slices.
Oh my God.
Then I put a couple pieces of bacon. Then I put a couple pieces of pepper jack cheese.
wow.
And then I've thrown the other slice of bread on, and I threw the jalapenos on the outside and dusted it with Parmesan cheese. Now I'm going to try to get this thing on the grill without it coming to pieces.
Oh, he did it?
Unbelievable.
Travis might be an alien too.
Unbelievable.
You know what? They're
Okay.
taking you. They're leaving me and Rich behind.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I
you're the
guarantee
only
you they don't want me.
one.
No, you know how to fix things. You're good at stuff.
That's a good point.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I mean, an otherworldly knowledge, I would argue, about plumbing and simple electric.
As long as it only has to sort of work. There you go. We're gonna try it
Okay.
one
Yeah.
more
I
time.
want to see this again. Look at
I don't know
this.
if I can do it.
Oh, you can.
I did it. I did it. I
You
did
are
it.
the Ted Lasso of this show.
Jeez
It
Louise.
starts with belief.
Wow. Okay, so I got them on the grill now. I think it's a little hot. I'm going to take it down.
Yeah,
just a
take her
tad.
down a peg. That's okay.
Okay.
You know what? We'll tinker. And
Man,
also,
I don't know. This is like I'm home alone during the summer, and I found some stuff in the fridge, and I'm just going to see if it works.
I can't tell you how much I've learned today from the two of you making grilled cheese sandwiches. From Ben, the constant flip technique is something I'll start employing maybe for the rest of my life.
You don't want to burn the toast.
You don't want to burn the toast.
Mm-mm.
The outside of the bread, you need to preserve, but you need to get the cheese as gooey as possible on the inside. So if you just constantly flip, you just flip and flip and flip. I mean, the contact it has with the heat, it's going to melt the cheese without burning the bread. You will sacrifice none of the flavor and you'll get all the goo.
Right.
All of the goo.
All the goo.
And then with Travis, I never thought to melt cheese and jalapenos on the outside of a grilled cheese sandwich. That's a game changer.
You know what? We don't know yet. Never tasted it. I just in my head I thought a little crispy on the jalapenos. I feel like that's where it's at.
I am so excited right now. This is a big day.
I'm so glad I don't have any more updates.
Wow.
Back to the aliens for just a minute. Like in all honesty, I think the fact that we're having this revelatory moment in society where now we're openly talking about things that it felt like a certain faction of our society has known all along.
How about for like decades of the government, like just making these people seem like crazy people who say they've been abducted by aliens? Maybe they are, but maybe they're not.
I just appreciate the transparency. Like, I think pretty soon here, we're going to find out about a lot of these quote unquote conspiracy theories that maybe for a long time we believed, or we just sort of put it on the shelf.
Right.
Like, the whole Lee Harvey Oswald lone shooter thing, the magic bullet theory, where how from the angle of trajectory that bullet could have exited out of the president and then into the back of the, whatever it was, the senator or the congressman sitting in front of, like, I mean, it's just impossible. It's impossible for one bullet to do all that damage. So maybe there's going to be more of this, you guys. Like maybe we're going to start getting to a point where we don't have secrets anymore. And doesn't that feel like a better society?
I want to hear this again. I want to see if we missed anything the first time through. Gary, was that his name? Greg?
Gary, somebody. He's a whistleblower.
Yeah.
David
Quite my
Grush,
number.
and he said landed. So think about that. That's the other side of this that I think is really fascinating. So if something lands and doesn't crash, that means whatever is driving said vehicle is intact, which means that did we meet a living extraterrestrial at some point as a society? What did we do to the extraterrestrial? I'd like to know the answers to those questions, because if they're not from hostile origin, if they're just here out of curiosity, discovering.
And we poked and prodded, maybe that origin becomes hostile.
Exactly. Like if we sent a mission to a distant planet and we realized there was an advanced civilization, and the first thing they did when they got their hands off of our exploratory mission is just murdered our pilot and took him apart limb for limb to discover what exactly it or they were.
I'd like to think we retaliate.
Yeah, we probably would, Ben.
Yeah.
So that's a terrifying reality.
Yeah, that
we're
may
all
not
living
work
with.
out for us.
Yeah.
By the way, the guy that was doing the interview, I believe his name is Ralph Blumenthal.
I think, yeah.
He may be on with us Thursday.
That was him?
Yeah.
No, it's Ross Coulthart.
Oh, okay. Different guy.
All right.
Different
Thank
guy,
goodness.
different
Okay.
guy. Well, so anyway,
or actually,
a guy
thank
who's
goodness. Let's get that guy on too. By
get
the
them
way,
all on.
the jalapenos are so spicy that I'm actually coughing from
I
the
did
vapors.
same thing.
Oh my god!
Also, what I've learned is when you put the jalapenos on the outside, now you don't have enough contact with the bread down on the skillet.
Maybe give it a little squishy
So
squish.
I'm going to give it a little squishy squish on a flip here.
Oh boy!
Yeah,
Dude, the smells in here. I mean, I know we have video now. And by the way, please, everybody who listens to this show, go to YouTube right now, search Big Rich TD Fletch, and follow us, subscribe, like, do all those things. we will answer comments and questions. Oh my God, the jalapeno is getting. We now have full video access. We stream the show every single day. You can see what Travis is doing. I can't even get through a sentence.
I can't either. It's
The
spicy.
jalapenos
It's so spicy.
are so
Oh,
spicy.
it's time for a break already?
All right, holy cow.
Took
All right.
way longer than I thought.
That's okay. That's okay. This is an absolute masterpiece. We are going to try to do our best not to eat this during the break.
I can smell it in here.
Yeah.
What? Don't tell anyone.
It is a pervasive odor, or I should say aroma. All right. We're going to try Travis's grilled cheese sandwich coming up next. What happens when you mix pepper jack cheese, American, Parmesan, jalapenos, white bread, butter, bacon? You're going to find out coming up
And
next.
fire.
Yeah. Switchfoot was in studio earlier today. It was an awesome opportunity to meet them. I think I shouldn't say I've never met them before. I think I've only ever met them once in my past here at the radio station promoting the Bro-Am. But this time in studio, this time getting an opportunity to connect with them and hearing about the collaborative musical process. Really interesting stuff there. But most interestingly, you got to get out to the Bro-Am. It's going to be June 17th. It's on the beach. It's a free concert, surf contest, food truck, beach fest. They're expecting scores of people, 17,000 in attendance last year. They do this for at-risk kids in our community. It's just incredible. Go to givebudder.com/Switchfoot.
No.
Darn it. What is it?
Bro-Am 2023 Beach Fest.
Is it .com or .org? Is it .com or .org?
Givebutters.com.
Okay, .com.
Yeah,
Okay,
.com
good.
/Bro-Am 2023 Beach Fest. Done.
Did it.
And I'll tell you what, I went to the
did it.
website, super easy to donate. They just have a giant donate now, and they're about halfway to their goal.
Broam.org is like the website, their main one.
Okay, got
That's the more digestible. Like, take that,
Right,
and it has
right.
a link to the Give Butter.
And they're
Broam.org.
currently setting up in the performance studio right now as well.
Oh, are they going to play music?
Yeah, they're going to play music.
Should we go watch?
Yeah.
We should
Hopefully
go
Because
watch
we were meant to live for so much more. But we lost ourselves.
We lost ourselves.
somewhere.
We did that.
Somewhere
Okay.
we lost them.
So I didn't know what I was making here with the grilled cheese. Didn't try this out beforehand. We've got white bread. We've got butter. We've got Parmesan. We got some jalapenos inside, American cheese and pepper jack and some bacon.
This might be one of the more attractive grilled cheese sandwiches I've
Really,
ever
this
seen.
is
Yeah.
this is the least attractive of the three today.
You think?
Oh, without a doubt. This is
Thank you.
I mean, it works.
What?
The cheese is like liquefied almost.
Yeah.
Oh,
Spicy.
oh, it's spicy.
Those jalapenos are spicy. Why are those so hot?
This is really good.
Oh.
Oh my god, I'm gonna die.
Who just made that noise? Was that you?
No, it wasn't me.
Oh, my mic was off. Bro.
Somebody went, ha, ha, ha.
Oh, maybe it was me.
My mic was off. But wow, that's spicy.
Maybe it was me.
Dude,
It's very good.
Babe,
I'm gonna be very sweaty.
this is the best day of my life.
this is not the best one of the day, but it still works.
That's not true.
Yeah.
This
No,
is-
no.
I think this is my favorite now.
I think I
What?
got too aggressive with the bite, and I have like 5 jalapenos in my mouth
Why?
still.
Those are like the spiciest nacho jalapenos I've ever had.
Dude,
I can't breathe.
Wow. Wow. I mean, pretty successful next level fat guy stuff Tuesday.
this sings to my palate. This is what it's all about, dude. Okay.
I think I'm crying.
So if you're into spicy, because this has a good kick to it, the fact that you like melted the jalapenos to outside the bread, it is my favorite part of it, because jalapenos, when they're buried in the cheese, they almost get steamed,
Right.
almost like kind of boiled.
Right.
The fact that you got a little bit of a brown on them.
That's
I
what I
thought
was
when
working
you
for.
take the seeds off the jalapeno, they're not spicy
No,
anymore.
this is so good.
Spicy.
This is really spicy.
Yeah.
This is like Russell Wilson Danger Witch level.
It's a little bit spicy.
Hey.
Wow. Okay, I finished mine.
Yeah. I mean, I like it.
That's a great eat. That is a
Come
great
on.
eat.
Come on. You guys went fancy cheese though.
What did I do?
It was like real cheese.
I did like Colby. No. The American cheese was the right call. American cheese is the right call for cheese in general. You could put American cheese on Italian pasta. I don't care what anybody says. No, it's great.
I've done it. I've done it.
Dude,
Yeah.
this was my favorite Next Level Fat Guy Stuff Tuesday so far.
It really does feel like a success.
Okay.
To be quite honest.
All right.
Aliens are here.
Yep.
We're making grilled cheese in studio.
You can't stop the NFL players from betting on their own game.
no.
Gary
Look.
Sanchez is like going to be an all-star probably.
PGA and Live Golf are now friends
That is shocking.
coming together.
We should probably get someone on tomorrow to talk about that, because they're like, I've seen more quotes from Dan Rappaport, who follows the PGA Tour, who covers it. Like, PGA Tour players are pissed off this morning.
Oh, yeah, they should be. They should be, because literally Jay Monahan was suspending people.
Saying this is never going to happen. He said this exact thing that's happening right now was never going to happen.
The commissioner of the PGA either A, got completely broke off, like where he got paid under the table, or, maybe it'll become public how much money he's going to benefit from
Or it
this.
wasn't up to him.
Or yeah,
Like
or
the Saudis could have just lined the board of the PGA Tour.
yeah, it may have been a situation where they started or undercutting them, like trying to threaten to buy courses that PGA tournaments are played on in the United States. Look, the pool of money, the war chest that the PGA was up against was insane. So,
and ultimately for fans, this is better because now you get to see Cam Smith, Brooks Koepka, Dustin Johnson, Stupid Phil, all these guys playing in PGA Tour events again.
Stupid Phil. Why are you going to be that way?
I'm not a Phil Mickelson fan.
Wow.
yeah,
In the slightest.
Lefty has had some skeletons in his closet over the years.
I get
Specifically San Diego skeletons.
that. Yeah. I get that.
But I will
get it.
say this. I'll tell you what, if it's better for the sport overall, like, I mean, if we're going to see more exciting events as a result of this
Better for the
merger,
fans. I don't know yet if it's better for the sport.
well,
There's some reasons that can go either way.
but how would it be better for the fans, but not better for the sport? You know what I mean?
It's better for the fans because you get to see everybody again. It's worse for the fans if the same guys who went to live because they were sick of playing 4 rounds, if they change rules at all for PGA, it's worse for the sport.
But that's what it kind of sounded like. The merger, what Jay Monahan said, like they're going to make it some of the rules that they changed for live, like some of the team up aspects, like we might see on the PGA Tour now. I don't know.
Those are fine as one-offs.
Yeah.
They got to be used sparingly. Like the Ryder Cup is special because it's the only thing like it.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. All right. Oh, we didn't let the bid drop. We'll do it tomorrow.
That's okay, but we do need to give away Cheeches.
Oh, yeah. All right. So do it right now. Call right now. 844-570-1360. Caller number 5. Call number 5 is getting Big Cheeches Chicken Waffle and Sliders gift card. We'll buy you lunch, man.
Yeah, $25 gift card to the 5th caller today. Big Cheeches on Carroll Canyon Road, online at bigcheecheschicken.com or via Uber Eats, Grubhub, or DoorDash. Who do we thank, Ben?
We thank Dan Zamborski, and more importantly, I think Dan Zamborski thanks us. We thank Switchfoot. The entire group was in here this morning. Go check them out, broam.org, and get out there June 17th and celebrate with them.
Awesome.
Cool.
The herd is next. I promise you they're not making grilled cheese sandwiches today.
What?
Yeah.